like to welcome everybody out tonight to the high school football game, your Show Low Cougars versus the Round Valley Elks. We, the players, ask that you watch and cheer for your team in the spirit of good sportsmanship. Good sportsmanship is individual responsibility, and spectator behavior should represent respect for the opponent, spectators, coaches, and the game officials, as well as your school and its representatives. Please be loud, be proud, and respect all. Tonight, the officials for our game sent to us from the AIA, referee Lee Brian Lane, head linesman Nick Vicker, linesman Joe Clare, umpire Aaron Hush, and back judge will be Kyle Marble. We're set to get underway here in about 9 minutes. In about another 3 minutes, we will have the Sholo marching band perform the national anthem.
Huh? 18%, so they won't diagnose it. Concussions. So they think it's like NGS, but it's that. That's like the worst side of it. She doesn't? So we just don't have to. All right, well. An older guy that I know. Oh, this game just in time. Here. Quite a bit. Yeah, so it's a white cell depletion. This girl just doesn't make. They don't know. Or we come so early. So we don't. The problem is it don't matter if you got a well. It's the same tree. Yeah. Just a little. But it's a girl. One of our friends' granddaughter. She was actually a hospital. How long was Jason? How long was Jason?
All right, if you would all please stand, remove your hats. Flag is on the south end zone as the Sholo band performs our national anthem.
It's time to tee it up and kick it off. It's time for the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week. Presented by Hatch Toyota. Sports Zone Radio brings you unmatched coverage of football from around the White Mountains and beyond. No one does it like Sports Zone Radio. And now you can live stream HD video of our broadcast coverage exclusively at sportszone123.com and on the Sports Zone Radio mobile app. All part of the Hatch Toyota Friday Night Football Show. The Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week is presented by Hatch Toyota. Chaz Hatch refuses to lose a deal over $1. Hard-hitting broadcast coverage of White Mountains football is up next. Now, let's take you out to the field and join our broadcast team for tonight's Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week.
Welcome into Sholo High School. Welcome into Sholo Ford Stadium for tonight's broadcast of the Sports Zone Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota. Welcome to tonight's big Thursday night matchup between the Show Low Cougars and the Round Valley Elks. This is Show Low Cougars Football, everybody. My name is Floyd Simmons. The game is already underway, and you're watching the first offensive play from scrimmage, and the Round Valley Elks will handle the ball first. You see them try to take it right through the middle of the Sholo defense, and the guy that got a chance to carry the football on that first play is Kyle Clark. Kyle Clark, the 5'10", 145-pound senior running back, and Clark gains 8 yards on the play. 8 yards on the first play from scrimmage for the Round Valley Elks as we welcome you into this broadcast that has been so far. And by the way, you're going to see Clark carry the ball again, and Clark will gain the 2 yards necessary, I believe, for the first down. He's going to be right at the line to gain, and they'll say, indeed, it's a first down. So that moves the chains for Round Valley, who began at their own 20-yard line with today's first possession in the game. And we have had a start to this one that is rife with technical difficulties. Tons of issues going on behind the scenes. Hopefully what you're looking at, you're seeing the picture, and hopefully you're seeing the broadcast wherever you are, and it's doing well. Normally we bring you these broadcasts on YouTube and Facebook as you watch a 14-yard gain by the quarterback, Cage Finch. Finch carrying it himself. He's just a sophomore, this young quarterback, and he runs with a lot of courage and authority around the right side for that 14-yard gain, and yet another Round Valley first down in their opening possession here tonight in Sholo. They'll take it out to their own 44-yard line now. And so as they approach midfield, Coach Brad Baca's offense, led by Finch, will run the ball again. Clark this time, and Clark is going to dive ahead for a 1-yard gain, the slimmest of gains so far tonight in the early going for the Round Valley offense. We welcome you into a special Thursday night broadcast of the Hatch Toyota Friday Night Football Show. Tomorrow night, Blue Ridge will host Safford, and we'll have that broadcast for you as well right here at the Sports Zone. And meanwhile, it'll be second down and 9. Round Valley, their own 45-yard line. Down the field they go. First passing attempt for Finch today will be an incomplete pass. Finch was trying to get the ball here to the near side, and his intended receiver was a senior wide receiver, Connor Luker. They were looking for him on this side of the field. He would have been right near the sticks had he been able to pull in the pass attempt from Finch, and that's incomplete. So third down and 9 now. And early on, the first third down and long for the Round Valley offense. 9 minutes and 32 seconds on the clock here in the first quarter. Stoppage of time after the incomplete pass. Going to try to set up the screen. The pass is caught in the middle. And this one will go ahead for the first down, or will it? Yes, that is going to be enough yardage plus 1. A 10-yard gain, needed 9. And it's going to be Brody Crick on the receiving end. That screen pass for 10 yards, and once again, it's a first down for the Round Valley offense. So needed 9 yards, and Coach Baca dialed up the screenplay, and he caught the Cougars coming downhill, and it was a perfect play call at the moment. And Round Valley goes into Sholo territory for the first time today, and going to try to run through the middle, and that is not going to go very far at all. That is stopped in a hurry by the middle of that Sholo defense. You take another look right there on the replay, and the guy that made that stop is Mason Luchtel. Luchtel is the heart of that Sholo defense. Only listed at 5'8", 140. Plays a lot bigger than that, I'll tell you that for sure. Here's a pass caught and a broken tackle. And that's going to be another Round Valley first down. They were operating from the 46-yard line.
Picked up about 15 yards on the
And after they
Round Valley Elks first down.
After they lost a yard a moment ago, so let's see where they mark it. The 30, how about a 15-yard gain? How about another first down for Round Valley's offense? As they find some opportunities early to work that offense, and the guy that caught the pass was J.J. Logan. Logan, just a freshman. And another running attempt. The Cougars' defense is starting to stiffen up a little bit. The guy that got the sign at that time for Round Valley, Brody Crick. Brody Crick, he is only a sophomore, and Brody is back to the line of scrimmage. It amounts to a no gain on the play in the first possession today so far for Round Valley. We'll see the 10th play now of the sequence as they set up their offense at the Cougar 30-yard line. 2nd and 10. Up the middle, Clark carries it this time, and Kyle Clark is going to gain 2 yards. So the Sholo run defense is starting to stiffen up. In fact, that's only going to be a yard gain on that play. They did not give him the spot that I thought he'd get. 7 minutes and 26 seconds on the clock. And a 3rd down and 9. Well, in the same situation, Coach Baca called for a screen earlier. Got the first down yardage necessary. Quick throw this time. It's a wide receiver screen on the near edge. This time, Sholo is all over it. And the guy that caught the pass was Connor Luker, but defensively for Sholo, you got to give a lot of credit to the guy that kind of blew it up. It's Alex Anderson out here on the edge. He may not even get credit for the tackle. I think he deserves at least an assist, because right there he was able to slow the progress of the receiver down. It ends up being only a 4-yard gain on the play and probably 4 down territory for the Round Valley offense. They'll operate on a 4th and 6. Line of scrimmage, the Sholo 26-yard line. Field goal attempt from this distance would be about a 43-yard try, and that is not something that Round Valley is apt to do here early on in this situation. They're going to throw the football. 4th down and 6. Finch, he's got some time, and he throws it back across the field, down the field, and that is broken up by the safety. Good defense, and Sholo bent a little bit, but they did not break. And the guy that broke it up was Dane Rusma. Watch Dane Rusma here, playing safety, roaming around. That ball hung up, and it gave Rusma plenty of time to provide a little help out there on defense for his Sholo teammates. And that is a turnover on downs. We got 6 minutes and 8 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. So Round Valley used essentially half the first quarter on their opening possession, and now they will make a huge defensive stop in the middle of all of that action. The guy defensively there for the Elks that came up and made that stop was Brenton Walker. Or, pardon me, I'm looking the other direction because for a split second there on my screen, all black uniform of Sholo looks like they look like Round Valley for a moment. Easton Hatch was the ball carrier for Sholo. Oh, no, let's take it back. I believe that's Dax Lamson. I think Dax Lamson carried. And now it's going to be Jet Walker. So after a 3-yard loss a moment ago, Jet's going to get a whole bunch of that back for his team as he goes forward for a gain of 10 on the play. 10 yards to pick up by Jet Walker. But after a 3-yard loss on first down, it'll be shy of the first down. It'll be third down and short for the Sholo offense. And Walker carries.
Number 21,
and Walker, Walker's going to have yardage to the 35-yard line, but that'll be shy of the first down. So needed to get 3, got 2 yards on that play, and it's 4th down and 1 for Sholo's offense. They're at their own 35-yard line, and it looks to me like head coach Mike Boyce and his staff are going to elect to go for it early on here in this. And, this is a team, Sholo, that really needs to kind of set a tone for themselves. Big comeback fell short last week on the road at Paradise Honors. Very disappointed in themselves on that. And now they're going to draw Round Valley offside. So pick up an early first down here in the game. The officials talk it over. I believe it was Round Valley that went offside. Round Valley's not moving. So maybe somebody up front for Sholo moved. False start on the Sholo offense. Do we have another look at that? Do we have a replay? Let's see if somebody up front moved early. Well, the right guard moved, but I'm not sure that the right guard moved before the defense moved. We saw it at full speed. I don't know if let's see if we can see it slow. Oh, that was movement by Round Valley up front that made the offensive lineman move. So, how do you determine that? What's the definition on that? It is possible for the defense to draw the offense off. And after a 5-yard mark-off to make it 4th down and 6, the punt team on for Sholo, they're going to be guilty again of another false start penalty. And so they have to move back. Try it again. I think that is Mason Luchtel. This is the guy in to punt the ball away for the Cougars. 4th down and 11, a low snap. Able to get a foot on it, and it turns into a great Sholo punt. Boy, it takes an outstanding Sholo bounce, rolls at least another 20 yards, and that's all you need right there. That's going to be a hard one to return for sure. 4 minutes and 5 seconds on the clock. We'll flip sides. Why don't we grab a timeout, guys? We'll grab a timeout here and return in just a moment with more in the first quarter. This is the Sports Zone Game of the Week. It's Show Low Cougars Football tonight, and it's presented by Hatch Toyota.
Have you heard the big news? At White Mountain Regional Medical Center, we are bigger and better than ever. With our newly expanded emergency room facility and capabilities, we are even better equipped to handle your urgent needs with the care and efficiency you deserve. Discover the new standard in healthcare right in your backyard. Choose White Mountain Regional Medical Center, located in Springerville, where specialized and emergency care are now within reach.
Hey, have you heard the rumor that the free Lifeline phone program has ended?
I got some great news. It's not true. Cellular One is still providing free phones and unlimited talk and text nationwide, plus 5 gigabytes of high-speed data.
Wow, free unlimited talk, text, and 5 gigabytes of high-speed data.
Want to see if you qualify? Just visit your local Cellular One store today. You can walk out with a brand new smartphone and enjoy the biggest, most reliable network on the Navajo Nation. Cellular One, keeping you connected for over 30 years, and we're here to stay.
We're back to it, everybody. After that first down play, gained 5 yards. It was Cage Finch, the quarterback, carrying, and they'll go straight up the middle this time. And Round Valley's going to carry the ball straight ahead. Call that a gain of 3, and it'll be 3rd down and a couple to go. The ball at the Round Valley 35-yard line. Welcome in, everybody, to this broadcast of the Sports Zone Game of the Week. Round Valley got the ball on this possession at their own 27-yard line. We mentioned they gained 5 on first down, 3 yards the gain on second down, and now that leaves them at a 3rd and 2. Run the option left side, Finch keeps it himself, and he darts straight up the middle. Right into the teeth of that Sholo defense, but it's a 5-yard pickup on the play, and that'll move the chains again. Round Valley making a living early on, moving the chains, gaining those first downs. How many is that, 4? Is that 4 first downs so far in the game? In this first half, 5. 5 first downs registered by the Round Valley offense. This time they get the ball to the 40-yard line, their own 40. They'll run 2 receivers to the right, a slot on that side, and give it up the middle. And that is going to be a nice head of steam for Kyle Clark. Clark is going to be good for 16 yards in the Sholo territory, and another Round Valley first down. So like we saw the first time Round Valley got the ball today, the Sholo defense is bending quite a bit. That was a great job up the middle. The guard cross-blocked on the linebacker to spring Clark for a 16-yard gain, and Round Valley sets up at the 44-yard line of the Show Low Cougars. Hand off to Clark left side. He'll cut it back and get spun down as he crossed the 40-yard line. Mark him at about the 39. Make it the 38, and it'll be a 6-yard gain on the play. That's where Round Valley will look at second down and 4 as you look at it again right here. Trying to look in there and find out who that was. It made that tackle for the Sholo defense. I had Lizander Perez. It's the guy I believe that made that tackle. Clark again up the middle, and Clark's going to run right into a defender that tried to put the wall up for him. And the guy that did that was Alexander Anderson. 2 yards, the gain on the play, leaving Round Valley 2 yards shy of a first down. And third down coming up, third down and short into Sholo territory. The ball resting just inside the 37-yard line of the Cougars. Under a minute 20 now remaining in the first quarter. And here go the Elks. Kyle Clark. Clark trying to get low, and Clark is going to be stood up and stopped. Great job in the middle of that Sholo defense to make the play. Kyle Clark couldn't get the stop. And it was Talon Sloan, who I have. Talon Sloan,
Number 15,
he is the guy that stood up the running back. It ends up being a 1-yard pickup on that last play. 4th down and 1. Throw it again over the middle. Tight end wide open. The catch is made. Into the end zone it goes. And that is a touchdown. 41 yards, the touchdown for Round Valley. Able to get on the board first in this one. Round Valley traveled reasonably well. They've got a decent crowd on their side of the field, and they are treated to first points of the game. Eight-play, 73-yard drive for the Elks, and a 41-yard touchdown to cap it off at the end of things. I'll get you a name of that tight end for Round Valley as the kick is up and through. Jeffrey Cochran was able to haul it in, the junior tight end. He got wide open. Somebody missed an assignment. He did a great job to adjust to the pass behind him, and then you couldn't tackle him on the way in. And that'll be a touchdown registered here in the first quarter for the Round Valley Elks. On the road at Sholo, they grab a 7-0 lead as we welcome you in, everybody, to Show Low Cougars Football here, part of the Sports Zone Game of the Week broadcast. Special Thursday night edition. You know, shortage of officials out there, referees, and so this game had to be, well, it's having to be played here on a Thursday night. Tomorrow night will be at Blue Ridge High School as they take on the Safford Bulldogs. We'll have the Hatch Toyota Friday Night Football show for you tomorrow as well. That'll be getting underway at 5 o'clock on Mix 98 KRFM. In fact, in just a moment, we are going to, I don't want to too many predictions here, but I think we're going to be able to get our radio broadcast on the air, and that's something we haven't been able to do yet here tonight. Here comes the Round Valley kickoff. It's fielded at about the 11-yard line. Dane Rusma, he is going to get tackled just across the 25-yard line. And you see there the young man that steps up and makes that play in special teams, Brody Crick. He's just a sophomore, and he's trying to prove himself to the coaching staff, and that'll help right there. That tackle made to stop Ruzma shy of the 30-yard line. Sholo gets a chance back on offense. Final 31 seconds of the first quarter. And the Cougars will test the Round Valley run defense. It's the quarterback, Cash Perkins, carrying himself, and Cash gets 3 out of it. 3 yards the gain on the play. Could be the final play of the quarter. Cougars do not have to rush to get a play off here in the final 10 seconds. They are going to run up to the line of scrimmage. You see the clock counting down right there. We'll see if Coach says just let this thing run out. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. They don't look like they're going to. Yeah. Hold on a second. We didn't get the whistle. We got a stoppage of play. And I think they are going to say end of the quarter, end of the quarter. Where's the alarm that's supposed to go off when it ends? That's the end of the first period. Round Valley grabs a 7-0 lead over Sholo. This is Show Low Cougars Football, everybody. Stand by for more coming up in the first quarter. It's presented by Hatch Toyota.
Buy a Tundra, get a Tundra. Right now at Hatch Toyota in Sholo.
Man, I love my new Tundra. It's got the iForce Max hybrid engine with 437 horsepower and 583 pound-feet of torque. I can tow pretty much anything.
I'm liking the adaptive variable suspension system that adjusts for the road conditions, so we're always comfortable.
And this interior, it's like a luxury SUV. Leather seats, panoramic roof that works. But you know what else is legend? Look in the bed.
A Yeti Tundra 45? That cooler's a game changer for any trip. Practically indestructible. Double wall vacuum insulation keeps ice for days.
And it came with my Tundra.
So you got a Tundra with your Tundra.
Get your 2024 Toyota Tundra starting as low as $469 a month, and Hatch Toyota will give you a Yeti Tundra 45 free to help make your ultimate adventure. Buy a Tundra, get a Tundra at Hatch Toyota of Sholo in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall and at hatchtoyota.com.
Unapproved credit. Lease for $469 a month for 36 months with $29.99 due at signing. Plus tax, title, license, $5.99 documentation, and 210-edge fees. Cannot be combined with other offers.
So there you saw that on the screen there, the first down gain on a 10-yard run around the right side. A terrific run play to start the quarter, and the guy that carried it was the quarterback himself, Cash Perkins, for the 10-yard pickup and a first down for Sholo as we get the second quarter underway. It's Cougar football here at the Sports Zone. It's presented by Hatch Toyota. There is Jed Walker on the cutback, and he's trying to pick his way through that defense, and he'll do a good job in getting out to about the 48.5 yard line maybe. They'll mark him right at the 48. Call it 8 yards, the gain on the play for Jed Walker, pardon me. Jed Walker, the guy on the carry right there. You'll see him work his way through that defense. And Sholo knocking on the door of Round Valley territory at the 48-yard line. 11 minutes and 5 seconds counting down in the second quarter. And it's going to be Dax Lamson. Lamson will carry it for 3 yards, and he'll gain yardage enough for the first down and into Round Valley territory for the Sholo offense. So they took over with about a half a minute remaining in the first quarter. And now they continue to march the football with this possession. Line of scrimmage, the 49-yard line of Round Valley. Walker again, and he's showing that cutback ability that he has. If this one stands, it'll be a 4-yard gain to the 45, but there's a marker down in the backfield. It won't stand. That'll be a holding penalty. And that'll move Sholo back into their own half of the field. Cash Perkins hustles over, talk to Coach Boyce and get a play call here. And this will be interesting to see. It'll be first and 20. They mark it all the way back to the Cougar 41-yard line. So first and 20 coming up for Sholo's offense. We are going to give away tickets to the Arizona Cardinals. They take on the Washington Commanders on Sunday. Toss sweep, right side, Lamson. He's got positive rushing yardage as he gets driven out of bounds. And way after the play, a marker comes out. The umpire throws it. I don't think it had to do with the finish of the play. It was a little physical at the end of that. It'll be a 5-yard gain, but this was way after all of that took place. Somebody's big gulp, whatever that is. What do you call that? Thirst buster?
5 yards, 2nd and 15 for the Cougars.
I don't know what they did, but they waved it off. All right, wave off the penalty. 5-yard gain for Lamson. 2nd down and 15. Sholo, they're trying to get back into Round Valley territory after having it a moment ago. They'll run the trap, and Jet Walker is going to stop, plant the foot, and try to cut back, and he didn't get much out of it this time. And Round Valley seems to have figured out what Jet is doing in that situation. A 1-yard gain, 1-yard pickup for Walker on the play. So it might be time for Walker to use that speed of his to race to the corner and try to beat somebody around that edge. 3rd down and 14. He has been watching him run the ball in this series, and it's one cutback after the other. And this, each time he's done it, he's gained less and less. And so, see what the situation is. Perkins rolls left to throw. 3rd down and 14, and he's going to throw back to the middle of the field. Jump ball for. There's a defender, a receiver, and it's taken away. That's an interception. And Jeffrey Cochran is the guy that pulls it in, the safety back there. Perkins threw it up there, and he was trusting his guy to go and get it, take it away.
Picked up by number 44, Jet Cochran.
And it was Cochran who won the jump ball try. Helmet goes up. Nothing that the Cougars could do about it. The intended receiver was Lysander Perez. And the first turnover of the game is an interception that Round Valley comes away with. And it happens here at 9:22 on the clock. Second quarter. At halftime, the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime reports. Fake it, throw it, right side. That is caught. And the Elks are going to get yardage short of a first down, but good-looking play call, and
2nd and 1.
It'll end up being 2nd and very short as you see the ball here coming into your living room. The guy that caught the pass is J.J. Logan. How about the defender out there on this side of the field? Bryce Adams made the tackle. Bryce, if I'm not mistaken, Bryce is a junior this past track season. I think he's a state champion hurdler. I feel very confident in saying that. He is blazing fast, and hurdling is so challenging and difficult. And to be a state champion, pretty impressive. Walker's going to catch the pass, go out to the 45, a 10-yard gain on the play for Round Valley. You take another look at Finch delivering, and a nice job on the other end to grab it and get that 10 yards. Brenton Walker on the receiving end for Round Valley.
Handoff number 2, Clark up the middle, met by number 15, Zayden Barker. Pickup of about 4 yards on the play, 2nd and 6.
4-yard gain on the play just now on the ground for Round Valley. They'll get to the 49-yard line. Cage Finch rolls out, delivers, pass is caught, and the feet are in. Well, that was impressive. Working from the 49-yard line, that one is going to be out near the Sholo 40, but there is a marker down. You'll look at it again. We'll see if he managed to stay in. No, he didn't. Pardon me on that. And actually, as you look at the replay, it ends up not being very close. A good effort. Marker down, illegal man downfield. Against Round Valley, and they'll take that. Sholo's going to take that penalty. Moving back, Connor Luker, the receiver on that last play. Of course, it didn't stand, and now they mark the penalty back to the 44-yard line of Round Valley. So 2nd down and 11. Penalties becoming a bit of an issue early on in this game for these two teams. So it feels like it's been a bit of time, and this is just the third play of the series for Round Valley. Pass caught deep downfield. Are you kidding me again? Jeffrey Cochran is going to take this one in. A 46-yard touchdown pass from Cage Finch, and Round Valley is again on the board. The Elks make it 56-yard TD. The Elks strike big. 2 touchdown passes in the first half, both of those belonging now to Jeffrey Cochran. He's also the guy that got the interception a moment ago. He has jumped into the lead in the race for the Sports Zone's Player of the Game, which is brought to you at the end of the game by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. And it's going to take a Herculean effort for anybody else to surpass him from this point forward. Here's a chip shot field goal. I mean, that was a sand wedge, got a little bit under it, and the kick is going to be no good. But watch the replay again. Watch this beauty. And Cochran hauls it in. You're just not going to do anything about it. Try and make a tackle, strip it at the 5-10-yard line. Not going to happen. Cochran goes in for another touchdown for Round Valley. We'll pause for a second, everybody. Stay with us. It's the Sports Zone Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota.
When it comes to paint, whether you're looking for interior or exterior paint, Dunn Edwards provides quality solutions to make all your painting projects look professional. And the home of Dunn Edwards in the White Mountains is Ace Hardware in Sholo, Pine Top, and Heber Overgard. Thanks to Dunn Edwards, Ace has the best interior paint for your home or office, and their exterior paint will stand up to the wear and tear of our tough seasonal weather. When it's time to paint, it's time to visit Ace Hardware of the White Mountains for high-quality Dunn Edwards interior and exterior paint and primer.
When exactness is ordered, Hatch Concrete will deliver. We provide ready-mix concrete for any size job, from the do-it-yourself project to the professional construction project, delivering a variety of aggregate to suit your concrete or construction needs from granite to cinders. Hatch Concrete is not just another ready-mix concrete company. We provide quality service, quality concrete, concrete pumping, and Fox blocks where quality is not just a name, but a tradition. At Hatch Concrete, this mud's for you.
We're back into it, everybody. Back here to Sholo High School. It's Cougars football, part of the Sports Zone Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota. And a kick that goes out of bounds. It'll be a procedure penalty against the Cougars, the kicking team, and the line of scrimmage will be the 35-yard line for Round Valley. First down and 10. The Elks will take over with about 7.5 minutes remaining here in the first half. The Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report comes up at the break. From the 35-yard line, the Elks will try to go up the middle, and they will not get a whole lot out of it.
21, Jet Walker, brought down by number 78, Brennan
It's going to be Sholo carrying the ball up the middle. Try to remember that black uniform is not Round Valley. That is Sholo. There's some highlights of green in there somewhere. You can see it. T-shirts and so undershirts. No gain on the play for Jet Walker. Great job in the middle by Round Valley's defense. Give credit to Brendan Brown making the big stop there, and it'll be second down and 10 for Round Valley's offense. Cash Perkins is going to get bottled up. Maybe got a yard out of it. Not a whole lot for him. The guy that made that play defensively for the Elks is Jose Leon.
32, Gavin Pettit.
Leon, a good job. Straight up the middle. And so after no gain, then a 1-yard gain, and now all of a sudden Sholo's facing third down and long, 3rd and 10. 3rd down and 10 for the Cougars. 6:24 on the clock in the second quarter. Cash Perkins will try. Pick it up through the air. He's got pressure. And he gets wrapped up. Cash Perkins is going down. Quarterback sack registered by the Round Valley defense. Give that credit to Gavin Pettit. Gavin Pettit, a junior, on the defensive line for Round Valley, and it ends up being a loss on the play of 7 yards. 7 yards the loss, and a long way to go for Sholo now after the sack is registered. So everything at the moment going Round Valley's way. They have got a 13-0 lead, and they are going to get an opportunity to add to this with 5:40 remaining in the first half of play here at Sholo High School. Cougar faithful here And they've turned out nicely for the game, but they are still waiting for something from their boys. Give them something to get going on. See some movement by that young man up front, so that'll be a 5-yard penalty, 5-yard mark off against Round Valley encroachment. And it brings up 4th down and 11. The punt team is out there. The punt team is on for Sholo. And we'll see if Round Valley gets an opportunity to return the kick. In the previous opportunity for Sholo to punt, they kept it low. This is also going to be low and not really returnable. It'll bounce around, settle in to the 30-yard line of Round Valley. The Elks will have it with plenty of time. 5:21 remaining here in the first half. We thank you for joining us, everybody, for our broadcast. Show Low Cougars Football. And we're going to show you that helmet. You see that helmet right there? You see that orange ribbon on the helmet? That is for a young man named Trax Merrill. This Round Valley team is wearing that for a kid that doesn't go to school at Round Valley anymore. He is an 8th grader, and he has moved up to Utah recently, but was a member of the community there. His father, Troy Merrill, one of our friends here at the Sports Zone. I spoke to him earlier about his son, Trax Merrill. Trax is in the battle of his life now as he has been diagnosed with leukemia, and Trax is in the hospital. Right now, as we speak, he is in the hospital, and he is being treated, and family and especially Trax would covet your prayers. So pray for that young man, Trax Merrill, as he now battles leukemia. And this team, Round Valley, his former townsmen, if you will, they are now dedicating some of their play to him, and we just hope that young man pulls through and wish him the very best. Pass caught for a gain of, call it 7 to the right to midfield, right to the 50-yard line, as you see the ball move toward middle on that nice cut back inside. The guy carrying the ball, Brody Crick, on the reception. Crick knocked down at the 50-yard line, and it brings up 3rd down and 3. Make it 2nd down. Sorry about that. Hey, and look at Crick go up the middle, and he gets tripped up. Boy, a shoestring tackle to bring him down. Had that not been the case, he'd still be running right now, I think. He got a head of steam. Oh, boy, quickness. And a gain on the play of 17 yards right there. Round Valley pushing ahead. Somebody able to just get a hand out there. That's 4 carries, 19 yards for Brody Crick in the game. And his longest gain from scrimmage, most of that 19 comes on that play. The gain of 17 for Crick. And there he goes up the middle one more time. He'll get wrapped up and spun, but not before he's got more 1st down yardage. How about this time? How about a gain of 13 this time? And all of a sudden, Round Valley's found a guy that seems to have the knack of finding a running lane in the middle of the Sholo defense. That'll be 1st down for Round Valley at the Cougar 20-yard line. Sholo trying to batten down the hatches here with that 4-man defensive front, see if they can come up with a stop and deny Round Valley, but they're moving well now. Roll it out to the right. Cage Finch throws on the run, and a little behind his receiver. That'll be incomplete. He was looking for Connor Luker around there, right around the sticks area, and the referee is going to indicate to us what penalty was just committed. Illegal man downfield on the offense. So Sholo's going to take that one, move it back 5 yards. Not a loss of down on that. So after consecutive gains of 17 and 13 yards that got this thing deep into Sholo territory, Round Valley will move back 5 and go on 1st and 15 from the Cougar 25-yard line. 3:25 remaining in the first half. Cage fakes it, stops, throws down the middle, and hits his man perfectly in stride, and another Round Valley touchdown here in the first half. Luker on the receiving end, a 25-yard touchdown pass. The Elks having their way early on in this one. So back-to-back possessions for Round Valley produce touchdown passes. It was a 56-yard touchdown pass the previous time. This time, 25 yards to pay dirt. Connor Luker hauls it in from Cage Finch. We'll grab a timeout. This is the Sports Zone Game of the Week. It's presented by Hatch Toyota. Stand by, everybody.
Beeman Well Drilling is a proud partner of Sports Zone Radio and the Friday Night Football Show, and they give support to each and every school and team in the White Mountains. Just like Sports Zone Radio, Beeman Drilling has a kind of experience that makes them the best at what they do. Paul Wyatt is the guy to talk to, and he'll take your call anytime, day or night. 537-1031. Or better yet, call him right on his cell phone, 928-205-7647. This football season, go deep with Beeman Drilling.
The gridiron is where teams come to battle and dominate. With over 5 decades of knowledge and expertise, manpower, and a whole lot of horsepower, Perkins Cinders is that all-star teammate you need to dominate your project. They deliver all things dirt, from gravel, cinders, topsoil mulch, concrete materials, and more. Want to score big? Use the one that will get you that win. Perkins Cinders is helping you get a load of this.
Well, big thank you to Perkins Cinders for their sponsoring partnership of the Friday Night Football Show, and especially for helping us bring you the Friday Night Football Show Hall of Fame. Couldn't do it without them, couldn't do it the way we get to do it. The outstanding trophy presentations to some of these legends of White Mountains football that we get to honor here at the Sports Zone and with the Friday Night Football Show. Well, Round Valley has jumped out to a 20-0 first half lead as we close out this first half. 3:19 on the clock here in the first quarter. Welcome back in. My name is Floyd Simmons. Thanks for joining me, everybody. I get a chance to be there tomorrow night as well at Blue Ridge High School. Tomorrow night's Game of the Week broadcast. Coming up in the third quarter, Dan Jones. Dan Jones, the head coach of the Thatcher Eagles, is going to join us for a while on our broadcast. Coach Jones and maybe some others from his staff and maybe even some players for Thatcher on a bye. Well, not a bye, really, but just not playing tonight. They are brought down by number 23, they are in the house to scout this Sholo football team that they'll be playing very soon on the schedule. 5-yard gain for Dax Lamson. Sholo gets into a 2nd down and 5 situation. 2 minutes, 50 seconds remaining here in the first half, and they'll run it and gain a yard. And that'll be about it. Trying to find Jet Walker some room to run, but didn't get a whole lot out of it.
Kyle Clark gaining about 1 on the play, 3rd and 4.
So, third down play coming up for the Cougars. 2 minutes and 22 seconds now on the clock. You see it there on your screen. Rolling left. And the quarterback completes his pass for a first down. That is Cash Perkins out there, and Cash delivering nicely. An 8-yard gain for the Sholo offense. And a much-needed move the chains first down. The young man on the receiving end there. You'll see it right here. That is going to be the junior receiver, Cameron Hernandez. So a gain of 8 yards and a first down. Jed Walker curling around the left side. And Walker's going to have first down yardage. So call it 12 yards for Walker as he takes that one out to the 46-yard line. And Sholo getting a little momentum here in the first half. Walker, good job. He is so hard to get a shot on, isn't he? I mean, you know, you're a defender. You just want to get the shoulder pad on him. You want to get a hit with some authority on the guy, and he just makes it tough for you. This time it's going to be Lamson between the guards. And Lamson will gain 7, and that goes into Round Valley territory. Sholo's offense has struggled to produce, well, touchdowns in particular. They got it rolling last week, especially in the second half against Paradise Honors. But right here, they'll spend a timeout as they get the offense rolling into Round Valley territory and see if they can do something. to draw up a touchdown opportunity here in this first half, everybody. Let's see. We don't have to take another break before half, do we? I think we're ready to go into half, aren't we? So we'll just stick here with it, everybody. Remind you of a couple of things. Remind you that at the end of our game, we announced the Sports Zone's player of the game. This is Show Low Cougars Football. The Cougars taking on Round Valley. Thanks for joining us. The Sports Zone's player of the game is presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. That's the hospital in Springerville. Thank you to White Mountain Regional Medical Center for the outstanding partnership that we enjoy with them. And they will provide great T-shirt and acknowledgement of our player of the game at the end of this one. Rolling to his right, that is Finch. Finch completes the pass. No. It's going to be off the hands, but a good diving effort here on the near side of the field. And did I say Finch? Pardon me. I'm telling you, those black uniforms are for Sholo, they are throwing me off a lot. That is not Round Valley right there. That is Sholo. And that's Cash Perkins on the attempt to Cameron Hernandez. And a great effort by Cam. It does fall incomplete. Stop the clock with 95 seconds remaining here in the first half. On the way to the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report. Thank you to Mountain Mobile Auto Glass for their longtime partnership with us here at the Sports Zone. And the sponsors of our halftime. And here comes a 3rd down and 3 play. Jed Walker fake it to him. Throw back to him now. That's a completed pass deep in the backfield. And that is just sniffed out from the get-go. Nowhere to go. It'll be a loss of 8 yards on the play. I was trying to figure out who among those Round Valley defenders got there. A number of guys did. I think that number 8 in the middle of your screen, well, wasn't that number 8, was it? Might have been Connor Luker, the first guy to lay hands on the receiver and stop him for a big loss. 8 yards, the loss on the pass play. Not what you're looking for when you draw that thing up. So now it's going to be 4th and 11 for Sholo. They have on this sequence of downs here, okay, since they got the first down that now sees them sitting at 4th and 11, they have been into Round Valley territory, I think, twice on this possession and have been pushed back by Round Valley's defense in onto the other side of the field. So this is going to be one of those moments where if Coach Boyce and his staff decides they're going to go for it, you want to work hard to try and make sure you don't give Round Valley that short field and golden opportunity to do something here before the half closes out. Now 1:21 remaining in the second quarter. And the offense is on the field for Sholo. And Round Valley saw something about that alignment on offense for Sholo that they don't want to mess around here. So Coach Baca, he had 3 timeouts, now takes the first of those from this first half. So you got the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report straight ahead. You've got the Sports Zone's player of the game at the conclusion of our broadcast. That is presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. Now, not tonight, but tomorrow night after play-by-play of the Game of the Week broadcast, you get the Ace Hardware Scoreboard Show. That's the show the coaches call. Scores and Highlights Show. We'll have it for you tomorrow night as part of the Hatch Toyota Friday Night Football Show. So, a lot of stuff going on. Head coach Dan Jones of Thatcher High School, the Thatcher Eagles. He is here at the stadium. He is scouting this game, and we're going to talk to him in the third quarter. Dan Jones is also a graduate of Blue Ridge High School and played on one of those great Paul Morrow teams back in the 90s. Here's a pass completed. Wow, that was well done to Cameron Hernandez. Unfortunately, it's a 10-yard gain. That'll be a yard shy. And then well after the play, the referee throws his flag. So, that's probably going to be a personal foul of some nature. Let's see the pass completed on the other side of the field. Look at Hernandez come in and cradle that thing in. It's a great catch, a 10-yard pickup on the play, but 1 yard shy of the first down. And this is Brian Lang right here, the referee.
Flag on the play.
That is going to be
unsportsmanlike conduct against Round Valley.
It is going to be that personal foul against the Round Valley Elks. And so tack it on to the end of the play. So you got the 10-yard pass reception, which would not have produced a first down, but Round Valley did something unsportsmanlike after the play, and they'll mark this one all the way, a 15-yard penalty that takes it to the 30-yard line. So Sholo not only is able to then convert and keep the ball out of the hands of what has been a hot passing attack for the Round Valley Elks tonight. 3 touchdown passes, 2 of those to Jeff Cochran. And I look at this, and no, Round Valley's going to get the ball. Okay, so here's the deal. This was after the play. After the play was done, it's going to be the play made it short of a first down, a 10-yard gain short of a first down. And so then that produces a change of possession. There was no penalty during the play, so change of possession. And then after that point, when the ball did change hands, Round Valley committed a personal foul. And so the 15-yard markup, I thought that was going to give Sholo the first down. No, it was the timing as to when the foul took place. And the referee threw his flag. That was Brian Lang's flag. And I watched it, and it was way after the play. So it was well after the tackle was made. So timing on all that makes sense now. It will be Round Valley's football with 1:15 remaining in the first half. And the Elks have 2 timeouts. And we'll see if they feel like they've got it in them to try and march the field. Of course, it would take some chunk plays to not use all the clock. So we'll see if Round Valley is going to run it out or maybe air it out. And they're going to go empty backfield for Cage. Hey, there's those Blue Ridge football players right there. Pressure on Finch. Steps out of it, and he's going to beat the defense for a first down and more across midfield, and a shoestring tackle is made to stop him from going any further. He could have turned that one into a massive, massive gain. 24-yard gain on the play for Cage Finch. Is this guy only a sophomore? What a future this guy is going to have for the Round Valley Elks. He looks like a poised veteran the way he escaped that pressure. Now he's directing traffic downfield, stops, delivers deep, and that pass is broken up by Dane Roosma. Wow, that was, they were looking for Crick deep downfield. Crick had a step, but Roosma is super fast. And Roosma was able to track with the receiver, get a hand in and break it up. But I like this quarterback, man. I like him a lot. Take a look at the super slow-mo. Wow. Roosma sneaking the hand in there on what was a pretty well-thrown pass by a sophomore quarterback. Who is this guy showing up on my radar screen all of a sudden? Are you telling me you don't like Cage Finch? Of course you do. This young quarterback is looking sharp for Round Valley. Dane Roosma did a good job to make him not look like a first-team All-Stater. That would have been his 4th touchdown in the first half had that been a completed pass. And we'll get a whistle just at or prior to the snap. And a delay of game on the Round Valley offense. 56 seconds remaining here in the first half.
5-yard penalty, 2nd and 15.
Well, Round Valley's been a little bit less kind of out of sorts in this first half in moments. Not all the time, but in moments like that one right there. And I guess I would just maybe chalk that up to the fact that it is a young, inexperienced quarterback, but he is making some plays, isn't he? He'll escape the pocket, escape the pressure, dump one off, completed, and he just looks like a poised veteran quarterback, doesn't he? Luker is the guy on the receiving end of an 11-yard pass completion, and stepping out of bounds was Luker after the catch to stop the clock. That's just a good job right there. Give both those young men a lot of credit for understanding the situation. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 4 for the Elks offense. They are at the Sholo 40-yard line, 42 seconds remaining in the half. The Elks do have 2 timeouts. Sholo's got 1 timeout. You wouldn't expect them to use it, though, in case anything short of a real emergency out there right now. They're not going to give Round Valley any extra time to work with. The Elks take that snap. Good protection. And a throw against the grain. Pass is caught. Step out of bounds. And again, well done. That is going to go inside the 20. Call it a 24-yard pass completion to the 16. Again, well done. Good protection. Get outside there and escape the pressure coming up the middle. J.J. Logan hauls it in, steps out of bounds, stops the clock with 34 seconds remaining in the first half. And that's a situation where you've got to contain, right? You got to contain upfield on the outside rush. That was not successfully done by the defense, and it gave that young quarterback a ton of time to roll out and throw and find his man. The Elks now throw from the pocket to the pylon. That one's going to be a little bit long for the intended receiver. It's incomplete. It's incomplete. It'll bring up second down and 10 from the 25-yard line for Round Valley. That'll stop the clock and allow Round Valley to work without having to call a timeout right here unless they decide they need more time to make a play call. And it doesn't look like that's the case as they're going to hustle back in out here. The play clock, plenty of time on it, 20 seconds remaining on the play clock. And a second down coming up as we close out the half here. The Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report is just moments away, everybody. Empty backfield, shotgun. Finch will step up and evade more pressure. He is so slippery, and it looks like it'll be a timeout. Timeout opportunity, 2 yards to gain on the play. Ruzma preventing that from being any bigger play. Dane makes the tackle for Sholo's defense, but they're, again, tough to bring this young quarterback down on the first effort. And a timeout taken with 17 seconds remaining in half number one here. Can Sholo deny Round Valley's fourth touchdown effort here in the game? 3 touchdown passes by the young sophomore quarterback, Cage Finch. He's 11 of 17. Can you believe they've thrown the ball that many times in this half? 11 of 17, 210 yards and 3 touchdowns. 2 of those touchdowns belong to Jeff Cochran. Cochran's numbers receiving today look pretty impressive. And I think you might expect that. 2 catches, 97 yards. They're both touchdowns and an interception. And whoever else you are, the only guy right now that's anywhere close to the running to get that player of the game is the quarterback, Cage Finch, who's trying to settle in to throw, and he is going to deliver a pass. That pass is caught. Are you kidding me? He's making plays. Pass caught. My view is blocked to the corner of the end zone. Can't quite see what's happening right there.
Pass caught by number 12.
And they're going to go touchdown. The Elks are celebrating a touchdown of the 14-yard variety. And the 4th touchdown pass of the first half for the team. I don't know how Finch kept that thing alive, stayed upright long enough to get rid of it and actually find a dude, but he did. And he's putting on a show, and you know what? I said a moment ago that Cochran had the huge lead, and all of a sudden now the young sophomore quarterback, Cage Finch, has gotten extremely close in the race for the player of the game, and we're only here at halftime. Oh, we're going to have to look at that again here in a minute, but watch the finish here. That's going to be Brody Crick, who takes it in, who leans out, and he's able to get to that pylon for the touchdown. We're going to look at it one more time right here because I want to slow it down, and I want to see how close did he come to going down. Oh, he was down. He was down. And now listen, the officials do not have the benefit of our second-to-none, unbelievable replay system with that incredible look you got from our producer, Derek Simmons, who's also manning that camera. So the officials can't be held responsible for the difficulty in spotting that. But the fact is, and you saw it right there, the quarterback was certainly down, and that one should not have counted. Yet it does, and we've got 6 seconds remaining here in the half. Sholo's going to get it back, and now very well might run all the time that's remaining here on the clock, run it out here on this return. Well, you saw it. You can't deny it. And it's a part of a first half of Round Valley where everything has kind of gone their way. This one fielded at the 10-yard line. Moves him up the middle, breaking some tackles, and he is going to make his way out. Good return to about the 34-yard line. That will spend what time was remaining on the clock here and send us into halftime. You look at it again. Good job defensively by Sholo to keep him in the pocket and then, of course, get there with the pressure that ultimately led to what, should have been registered as a sack. Instead, that's a touchdown. More points on the board for the Round Valley Elks. Our Round Valley coaching staff they got some big names on there. So does Sholo, by the way. Some big names, some former players. Give you an idea on some of those guys here in a little bit. But our score going into halftime, 27-0. Round Valley leads. The Show Low Cougars do stand by, everybody. The Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report is on the way. This is the Sports Zone Game of the Week. It is presented by Hatch Toyota. We're back after this.
Looking for a truck that's luxurious on the inside and built to conquer the toughest terrain? Check out the 2024 Toyota Tacoma SR5 at Hatch Toyota in Sholo. The Tacoma SR5 is more than just an off-road machine. Inside, you'll find a spacious, high-tech cabin with premium materials, a sleek touchscreen display, and advanced safety features to keep you comfortable and connected no matter where your adventure takes you. With legendary off-roading capabilities, the Tacoma SR5 is designed to tackle the most rugged trails with ease. And right now, you can drive one away for as little as $349 a month. Got a trade-in? Hatch Toyota is offering a guaranteed minimum of $2,500 for your trade-in, running or not. Imagine what they can offer you for a trade-in in great condition. Hatch Toyota, and online at hatchtoyota.com. Your Cash for Clunkers headquarters in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall. Unapproved Christmas tax and license and $5.99 documentation fees, plus $210 entries. Lease for 36 months with $2,599 due at signing. Must have a clean title. Cannot be combined with other offers.
When it comes to paint, whether you're looking for interior or exterior paint, Dunn Edwards provides quality solutions to make all your painting projects look professional. And the home of Dunn Edwards in the White Mountains is Ace Hardware in Sholo, Pine Top, and Heber Overgard. Thanks to Dunn Edwards, Ace has the best interior paint for your home or office, and their exterior paint will stand up to the wear and tear of our tough seasonal weather. When it's time to paint, it's time to visit Ace Hardware of the White Mountains for high-quality Dunn Edwards interior and exterior paint and primer.
Hey, Lifeline phone users, important news flash. If you don't use your phone regularly, it could get deactivated. Remember, use it, don't lose it. Call, text, or go online weekly to keep your free benefit active. Cellular One is here to keep you connected with our free Lifeline phone program, offering unlimited talk and text nationwide, plus 5 gigabytes of high-speed data. Stay connected with the largest, most reliable network on the Navajo Nation. Visit your nearest Cellular One store or mycellularone.com for details.
When exactness is ordered, Hatch Concrete will deliver. We provide ready-mix concrete for any size job, from the do-it-yourself project to the professional construction project, delivering a variety of aggregate to suit your concrete or construction needs from granite to cinders. Hatch Concrete is not just another ready-mix concrete company. We provide quality service, quality concrete, concrete pumping, and Fox blocks where quality is not just a name, but a tradition. At Hatch Concrete, this mud's for you.
The gridiron is where teams come to battle and dominate. With over 5 decades of knowledge and expertise, manpower, and a whole lot of horsepower, Perkins Cinders is that all-star teammate you need to dominate your project. They deliver all things dirt, from gravel, cinders, topsoil mulch, concrete materials, and more. Want to score big? Use the one that will get you that win. Perkins Cinders is helping you get a load of this.
Beeman Well Drilling is a proud partner of Sports Zone Radio and the Friday Night Football Show, and they give support to each and every school and team in the White Mountains. Just like Sports Zone Radio, Beeman Drilling has the kind of experience that makes them the best at what they do. Paul Wyatt is the guy to talk to, and he'll take your call anytime, day or night, 537-1031. Or better yet, call him right on his cell phone, 928-205-7647. This football season, go deep with Beeman Drilling.
This could be your best vacation ever. Start with 2 nights at Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas. Then add 2 premium tickets to see Mr. Garth Brooks live at Caesar's Palace the first night you're there. And if that's not enough, let's add 2 tickets to the National Finals Rodeo the very next night. What? When you choose Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint to replace your insured windshield, everyone gets steak dinner for 2 at Cattleman's Steakhouse and 2 movie tickets. And right now, everyone, cash or insurance, gets their name put in the hat to win a vacation they will never forget. 2 front section tickets to see Garth Brooks live at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas. And 2 tickets the next night to see the National Finals Rodeo. If you have a broken windshield, you know the jingle.
536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass. Cash back to you. Woohoo!
Welcome to the Mountain Mobile Halftime. A complete first half breakdown of tonight's Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week broadcast. This is the Mountain Mobile Halftime.
Welcome back in, everybody, to Show Low Cougars Football, part of the Hatch Toyota Friday Night Football Show, and it is presented by Hatch Toyota. Opportunity now here to get underway with the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime reports. And you're going to take a look at the highlights from the first half, and those highlights are certainly going to favor the Round Valley Elks, who have built a 27-0 halftime lead. You see some impressive gang tackling by the Sholo defense right there. Jed Walker with an effort for that offense. Take a look at those highlights while we run you through the first half. It's Round Valley getting into the end zone 4 times so far here in the first half. Their first possession, they drove the ball just about 50 yards on their opening possession, but then Sholo's defense was able to stiffen up and stop them on downs to take over the ball and throw on 26-yard line. Sholo's first possession of the game was a 3-and-out. And then Round Valley got it back and were able to engineer an 8-play touchdown scoring drive that covered 73 yards. The touchdown, the first one of the game, was a Round Valley completed pass from Cage Finch to Jeff Cochran, 41 yards to the tight end. The kick was good to make it 7-0 Round Valley on top with 35 seconds on the clock in the first quarter. Sholo got the ball to end the period and then go on into the second quarter, and after collecting a couple of first downs in the sequence, they threw an interception. The Sholo Cougars gave the ball up with a little over 9 minutes remaining in the second quarter. What has been so far the only turnover in the game committed by either team. Round Valley was able to get the ball, and it took just 3 plays to cover 74 yards that time for the Elks, and with 7:32 on the clock in the second quarter, quarterback Cage Finch, a sophomore, hooked up for a second time with Jeff Cochran, the tight end, this time a 56-yard touchdown pass to Cochran, and the kick was no good. Round Valley had a 13-0 lead, so the first 13 points, first 2 touchdowns were scored by Jeff Cochran on passes from Cage Finch, long passes. And in between both of those, he was able to collect an interception for the Round Valley defense. And so on the strength of those 3 big plays in the first half by Jeff Cochran, he has certainly pulled himself into the lead right now in the consideration for the Sports Zone's Player of the Game. That will be brought to you at the end of the game by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. And I got to tell you, it's not very often that you find a clear-cut leader this early on in a game and you say, hey, that guy's probably going to win it. Now, we'll say this. The guy that threw him those 2 touchdown passes, the sophomore quarterback, Cage Finch, well, he is going to be he is moving up the rankings for that, and he's getting ever closer to Jeff Cochran. So if Jeff doesn't make any more plays in the second half for Round Valley and they're able to hold on to a win, then that young quarterback is going to give himself opportunity since he touches the ball on every offensive play, and we'll see if he can get closer and closer into the running for that. But I mentioned that because those 2 guys are having a great football game so far for Round Valley. Well, we move a little bit further on into that second quarter. Round Valley took over the football at their own 30-yard line and produced a 5-play, 70-yard touchdown scoring drive. It covered about a minute and a half make it 2 minutes. 2 minutes and 2 seconds is how long that possession took to cover those 70 yards. And at the end of it, Round Valley was able to get their quarterback, Cage Finch, to find Connor Luker for a 25-yard touchdown. The kick was good, and Round Valley developed a 20-0. No, the kick was no good. Round Valley had a 20-0 lead at that point. The Elks are already back on the field, by the way. I mean, when you got a 4-touchdown lead at halftime, I guess you don't have to spend a lot of time at halftime talking things over. Sholo's still in the locker room right now. Round Valley got it back one more time. And when they did, they were able to go on a 5-play, 70-yard drive, another 5-play, 70-yard drive. And with just 6 seconds remaining in the half, a touchdown pass from Cage Finch to Brody Crick, 14-yard touchdown. The kick was good. Make it 27-0. And, of course, you saw the replay if you were looking. The replay showed that the quarterback was down, and that should have been whistled dead, a quarterback sack. However, of course, the official does not have the look that we have and is not privy to the slow-motion replay. Did you know that state associations of high school football are allowed to implement replay review? They can have replay if they want it, and it's an association deal. And the AIA, Arizona Interscholastic Association, has so far elected not to use replay, not to use instant replay and review for the officials to look at plays. If it were part of what we do here in Arizona, then they would have looked at that play right there. And our production team, which provides the very best coverage, would have been able to provide the detailed look, and that would have been overturned. But that's not how we do it here. Hey, we're going to grab a timeout, everybody, and return in a moment with a look at statistics and wrap up the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report. At halftime, Round Valley has a 27-0 advantage over Sholo. Do return with us back to Sholo High School right after this.
This could be your best vacation ever. Start with 2 nights at Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas. Then add 2 premium tickets to see Mr. Garth Brooks live at Caesar's Palace the first night you're there. And if that's not enough, let's add 2 tickets to the National Finals Rodeo the very next night. What? When you choose Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint to replace your insured windshield, everyone gets steak dinner for 2 at Cattleman's Steakhouse and 2 movie tickets. And right now, everyone, cash or insurance, gets their name put in the hat to win a vacation they will never forget. 2 front section tickets to see Garth Brooks live at Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas. And 2 tickets the next night to see the National Finals Rodeo. If you have a broken windshield, you know the jingle.
536-597 Mountain Mobile Auto Glass cash back to you. Woohoo!
2 trusted names have joined forces to help you save money and buy with confidence. It's a Carfax one-owner super sale at Hatch Toyota Pre-Owned Center in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall. Everyone knows one-owner cars, trucks, and SUVs are the best used vehicles money can buy. But how do you find them? Just say, "Show me the Carfax," and you'll be able to see the accidents and service records reported to Carfax, along with a price that's based on the vehicle history report, with all major manufacturers represented: Ford, Chevy, Toyota, Dodge, Ram, to name a few. All in stock and ready for immediate delivery. One-owner pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs that are thoroughly inspected and reconditioned to feel like new. Many still have their factory warranties in place. Take it from Carfax. Nobody sells a better used vehicle than Hatch Toyota Pre-Owned Center.
Hi, this is Chaz Hatch. Get our statewide low price guarantee on every new Toyota. Find out more at hatchtoyota.com or visit us today at the Northern Arizona Auto Mall in Sholo.
For credit plus tax and license and $5.99 documentation fees. Lease with 36 months with $3,599 due at signing plus 210 fees.
Imagine watching your favorite team without a comfy couch to leap from when your team scores that winning touchdown, or a table for all of your favorite game time snacks, or even a media center to display your TV. Unthinkable. The Furniture Gallery, located in Snowflake, brings only the best to make your game time experience a winner. The Furniture Gallery will help make your house into a home, and they'll do whatever it takes to make you a customer for life.
Well, hey, everybody, welcome back in. We wrap up the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report here in just a couple of moments. We are a couple of moments away from the second half kick on this broadcast of Show Low Cougars Football, part of the Hatch Toyota Friday Night Football Show. And I do want to look at the numbers briefly from the first half. Round Valley, with 14 minutes and 23 seconds time of possession, they collected 327 total yards of offense. A great first half for the Elks. 12 first downs for Round Valley in this one. They rushed the ball for 103 yards and threw for 224. The sophomore quarterback is lighting him up out there. Let's see, penalized 4 times for 30 yards in the first half, and a critical number here, no turnovers for Round Valley in that first half of play. Cage Finch was 12 of 18 for 224 and 4 touchdowns, just a sophomore. His leading receiver was Jeff Cochran, 2 catches for 97 yards. They were both touchdowns. He's only averaging 48.5 yards per catch. That's all tonight. Connor Luker, 4 catches for 53 yards, 1 touchdown for Connor. J.J. Logan has 3 catches for 48 yards. And then there's Brody Crick, 3 receptions for 31 yards and a touchdown. And then Brenton Walker caught the other pass for 10 yards. Running the football, Kyle Clark, 9 carries for 41 yards. Brody Crick, 5 rushes for 32 yards. And Cage Finch, 5 carries for 30 yards. That's Round Valley's total in the first half. These teams are getting on the field, getting ready for the second half. Sholo's numbers, 68 yards of total offense, 9.5 minutes of time of possession, 3 first downs for the team. They've run for 58 yards, and they passed for 10 yards in the game. Cash Perkins is 3 of 5 for those 10 yards, and he's thrown 1 interception. Leading receiver Cameron Hernandez, 2 catches for 18 yards. Running the football, Jet Walker, 7 rushes for 34 yards. Dax Lamson, 5 carries for 17 yards, and Cash Perkins, 4 rushes for 7 yards. As you see, the second half kick underway as we wrap up the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report. And Sholo's going to get some room to run. Jet Walker breaking a tackle across the 30 and the 40. Now crossing midfield. Walker with the speed, and Walker's going to go down near the Round Valley 30-yard line and breathe some life into the Show Low Cougar fan base as they get a huge, huge return. It's the first time we've seen, I think the first time I've seen, if I'm not mistaken, Jet Walker return a kick this year. He hadn't normally been back there a lot when I've been watching him, and he is able to spark his team a little bit with a tremendous return to the Round Valley, just about the Round Valley 30-yard line. That's exactly where they're going to mark him down as we do get the second half underway. Everybody, welcome back in to this broadcast of the Sports Zone Game of the Week. It is Show Low Cougars Football presented by Hatch Toyota. My name is Floyd Simmons, and I've got a guest set to join me in just a moment. Can't really hear, or is it too loud? Can't hear me. Can't hear me at all? Can't hear me at all?
Can't hear you, no.
Okay, hold on a second. We're gonna get things set up real quick here in a second, and running the football straight up the middle for an 8-yard gain for the Show Low Cougars. And give them credit for a great start. Aiden Neese with his first touch of the game, and boy, he is going to get lit up on this carry. Straight up the middle of that Round Valley defense. They gave a big run on first down, but the run on second down, not so friendly. Lane Hill is right there to meet Neese, and after gaining 8 a moment ago, loses 4 yards. 4 yards the loss on second down. And for the Cougars, they're facing 3rd down and 6, but they are into Round Valley territory. And we'll see if the Cougars can put something together. They give it on the trap to Jet Walker, and Walker's got nowhere to go. Walker meets that defense, and they met him in the backfield. And the guy that was able to make that play, we get Joe Brown in the middle of the Round Valley defense, and so 2 consecutive plays going the wrong direction for the Sholo offense. That's a loss of 4 yards there for Jet Walker. Hurt the average a little bit. And bring up 4th down and 10. 4th and 10, the ball all the way back to the 30-yard line where they took over after the kick return a moment ago. Perkins rolls out, delivers, and it's intercepted. He is going to throw to the wrong guy. It didn't really matter. It was 4th down. You'll still take the stat mark if you can. If you're Connor Luker, the senior defensive back, he is able to haul in the interception. And what started out as a huge bright spot for Sholo ends at the 10:08 mark here in the 3rd quarter after the great Jet Walker kick return. Round Valley have the football. And we'll see where they mark it down. They're going to mark this one at about the 24-yard line. It'll be 1st down at the 24-yard line for Round Valley's offense and their sophomore quarterback, who had that great first half with 4 touchdowns and 220-plus yards passing. Didn't really make a mistake, and he'll deliver out in the flats on the right side for another 1st down play. Big gainer on 1st down for Round Valley.
Rawlings.
I believe that was Brody Crick again hauling it in over on the far side of the field. We'll see where they mark him down. How about 23 yards on this one? And Round Valley pushes it out to the 47-yard line. Let me see here, Coach. You can't hear me at all, huh?
I can't hear you.
Cannot hear a darn thing you say.
There we go.
Oh, you got it now? See, sometimes you got to just reseat the old headphone jack there, Coach.
Perfect.
Coach Dan Jones of Thatcher joining us. How you doing, Coach?
Great to be here. Wonderful mountain night.
Here comes Round Valley carrying the ball on the far side of the field. And it was Kyle Clark this time. Clark will take this into Sholo territory. The Elks cross midfield down at the 45-yard line. That'll be a gain of 8 yards on the play to bring up 2nd down and 2. Well, Coach, Round Valley got the best of Sholo in that first half. You've seen Round Valley already. You're here to scout the Sholo Cougars, and, give us your impressions of that first half.
They look like kind of two mirror images of each other. They run very similar offenses. Round Valley looks a little bit more polished, but Sholo's got some really nice stuff. The running back is really nice looking. Quarterback's very athletic. So just things you got to watch for.
No gain for Brody Crick. Brody Crick carrying the ball. It'll be a 0 gain. And let's check that defense for Sholo, the guy that stepped up there and made the stop on the edge here. Luke Smith. Smith right there. Put a stop to that in a hurry. No gain on the play. 3rd down and a couple coming up for Round Valley. They're going to operate at the Sholo 45-yard line right here. Already a 27-0 advantage for the Elks. And their young quarterback, who threw 4 first-half touchdowns, will line them up from the shotgun. That is Cage Finch. And that'll be a whistle. Flag is down. I believe Round Valley is going to lose 5 yards on this one. And that'll be an illegal procedure. Brian Lang, the referee, marking that one off. Go back to 3rd down and 7. Well, Dan Jones.
Nice little setup you got here.
Well, thank you. Thank you. We're proud of it. That's for sure.
I think I remember being interviewed by you in high school just on the radio 35 years ago.
About 35 years ago. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Didn't mean to date you like that. I apologize.
I appreciate you making me feel nice and young here. Finch will roll and throw, and that is going to be... Boy, is that hauled in? Did the defender get his hands on that? That was intercepted, maybe out of bounds. There's a marker down. Another marker down, and that's in the Round Valley backfield. And a pretty good chance that this one is going to be holding, right?
It's right in the place for it.
Nope. Wave it off. And that is incomplete, I reckon. Let's take a look on the replay here.
The flag's been waved off on the field. 3rd down.
So I guess if it was caught out of bounds. So
it looked like it was an interception out of bounds, yeah.
It did, It was a good effort defensively by the Cougars. That one goes in incomplete, and 4 down territory for the Elks. Looking at 4th down and 7 to go from right at midfield, 50-yard line. Finch lines them up. Looks to the sideline. They're going to take some of that play clock down and snap it with about 5 seconds on the clock. The play clock anyway. Finch will roll out, and this one is delivered, and that's going to be right to about the sticks. That is going to be very close on this 4th down effort to try and get the yardage. That on the receiving end was, that young man had done a great job tonight. J.J. Logan, he caught a touchdown pass in the first half. And you know what? Needed 7 yards. Got to 7 yards right there to move the chains and convert for a first down. Big 4th down conversion for Round Valley. And just good awareness.
Yeah.
Spatial awareness out there.
That was impressive.
It'll bring a first down, the ball at the 43-yard line of Sholo now. Round Valley's offense goes back to work. Finch looks to the sideline. So how do you refer to that basic offensive formation, offensive set that you say both these teams are operating from tonight?
Well, they start out of a trips tight, and then they try to beat you to the edge on speed. And they're both kind of built very similar. They got, fast quarterback, fast running back, and it's just speed. You see they got the trips with the tight there. And where Sholo kind of fell asleep, they the up back there. He looked like he was blocking, and the safety checked off of him, and he just went vertical on him.
Yeah. So I called him a tight end. He's not really a tight end, right? More like an H-back or whatever we would call that in the old days of football. Here's a penalty, 5-yard mark off against Round Valley.
So they both kind of run similar plays, and both kind of have similar.
Booker this time, the guy on that, and they don't have a ton of guys. Booker this time, the guy on that, and they don't have a ton of guys. Thatcher always has a big roster. You guys seem to have a bunch of kids there in Thatcher playing football.
Yeah, it's kind of what you do in Thatcher. There's not a ton else. So.
Yeah. Well, Round Valley doesn't have a lot. A lot of ones. They're thin in numbers, but they always bring the new guys in to fill in and take over. And we got a new group, a new crop of Elk players that are doing a great job. How about that big hit defensively by Sholo after a minimal gain? 2-yard gain. Dane Ruzma shuts it down quickly. And a 2-yard pickup on that play to bring up 4th down for Round Valley's offense. We'll see if Sholo can get a stop right here.
So we have about 525 kids in the school, and we have 75 kids out for football.
I was going to say, everybody's playing football.
Great numbers. Yeah, they do really well.
And Thatcher does well in the other sports as well, right? I don't know what they've got this year, but it seems in the past they've always had an active other athletic opportunities for the kids.
Like I said, not a ton else to do. So you play sports.
4th down and 6. You might go do some harvesting.
There you go.
4th down and 6. Roll to the right, and here comes Finch. Time he's not going to be able to get away. This time Finch goes down and loses 11 yards on the quarterback sack. It's Alex Anderson who steps up big time to make the stop, and on downs, Round Valley is denied by the Sholo defense. And that's a big stop for the Cougars. They need to get some momentum built somewhere, somehow, and getting a play on defense like that could go a long way toward it. And Sholo's going to get good field position as well. They're going to take over at midfield.
So one of the young men here down on Sholo's sideline, number 77, Cooper Peck, he played for us last year.
He did.
And,
yes.
Good seeing him get some good time and doing well up here.
Here's the give and a pickup on the play of, looks like Walker got 2 yards.
Right there. 77.
Young Thatcher kid, huh?
Yep.
How long did you get a chance to coach him?
I had him for 2 years. So great kid, hardworking. Had his older brother as well who played well for us last year.
He really doesn't look like he's drinking from the same cistern as the rest of those Thatcher kids.
He looks a little different.
You got some big boys down in Thatcher territory. Tell me about your team and tell me about the Thatcher Eagles. I mean, we regard them highly, and we've watched what you've done so far early this season, and you guys look like the real deal, man.
I think if we can stay healthy, we're going to be in the mix of things. We've got 21 seniors this year, which is the biggest senior class I've ever coached.
No kidding.
And all with pretty good experience, all able to help out. Our defense is playing very well. Our offense isn't quite there yet, but I think cameraman took that one to the to the berries, I think.
Derek, I hope you're okay there. Derek does have 3 young children, so he's going to be okay.
That one looks scary.
Is he all right? Did he get
Sorry for the graphic there. I apologize.
Well, it was a second down to 23 play. Now a 5-yard mark off. Here's the ball coming right at the camera guy. No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. That looked like that was up in the upper quadrant.
Okay, that's better.
Yeah, I think he's going to be okay. Well, see, last week, same thing happened, and he caught the pass.
He caught it,
the one-handed catch. Yeah, well,
that's skill right there.
Derek was a heck of a ball player at Blue Ridge in his day. So, he's got the skills.
Yeah. It's weird to know that I've been gone so long from the mountain. But, driving up here still feels like home.
You've been gone a long time. Here's the reverse handoff and the cutback, and that'll go right into the jaws of the defense. And that will be a short gain on the play.
You're going to have a tough time getting the edge on Round Valley. They're pretty quick.
Be a 4-yard gain. It was Lysander Perez, the guy that picked it up. Second down and 6 for Sholo. They are now into Round Valley territory to the 44-yard line. Sholo's had a hard time getting the ball into the end zone at times. They got a burst of offensive energy last week against Paradise Honors as this one gets thrown away incomplete. This time the camera guy gets out of the way.
2 steps back.
He decided he's going to jump out of the way, and he's going to give us a look there. Here's Coach Dan Jones right here from Thatcher, everybody. There's the lovely Sonia Simmons. And there's big Joe Matthews, our technical director right there. This is the team right here. And then, of course, you've got the camera guy down on the field. Somewhere up there on the top of everything.
Great operation. It is fantastic.
Listen, it's a workflow. I'm telling you, we have really refined a workflow. All right. And our team, our crew doesn't know it, but everybody's doing about 3 or 4 jobs.
Okay.
And they don't know it. They don't realize they're doing it.
You just give it one job description.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah, exactly. I try to make sure they don't understand, that it's all against the union rules. Here's an incomplete pass.
Oh,
diving attempt. Couldn't haul it in. That's incomplete. Cash Perkins running for his life to keep it alive. Yeah, just don't tell the union what we got going on around here.
Lips are sealed.
Okay, yeah, and don't let the guys know that they're running so many jobs, okay? Because they only get paid for one of them.
Right, and that,
you know what I'm
that's
saying?
the important part.
It's like your coaches. You got a few coaches on the staff that don't realize.
Yeah. Hey, why am I doing 17 different things?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Hey, tell me something here as we watch Sholo work on fourth down at the Sholo. At the Round Valley 44-yard line. This is a big moment right here for the Cougars. They need to get something going, keep this possession alive, and they're going to try to do it by throwing the ball. Perkins steps up, and he's going to throw deep downfield. He's got a man wide open. That pass is off the hands of a wide-open receiver. Was that Lysander Perez? Yeah, it was. And Perez, he might have got a little turned around in the lights right there and just couldn't quite find the handle on that. He's going to go incomplete, and on downs, Sholo turns it over. Well, it's a great delivery by Perkins, and unfortunately for Sholo, that opportunity right there.
That'd have given him some spark. That'd have been nice to see.
Yeah, it didn't go. So throwing the football on that possession, even though they reeled off 6 plays, they only burned about a minute and a half of the clock, and they give it back to Round Valley. The Elks will take back over football. And they're going to have good field position. They're going to be right at the 49-yard line. No, excuse me, the 44-yard line. Finch to throw, and he gets rid of it in the middle. It's caught.
Pass caught by number 12.
But it's going to be a big loss for Brody Crick as the defense collapsed all around him.
2 yards, brought down by number 15, Zayden Barker.
So let's take a look at this again. A couple of those Sholo Cougar defenders getting in on the play and making that stop. You had Mason Luchtel was the guy with the first contact, and Zayden Barker also there on the play.
So you're going to be doing our game next week, yeah?
Next week, I believe so, yeah. Sholo Thatcher. Yep, looking forward to it, my man. But that was a -1 on that pass play just a moment ago. Second down and 11. We're going to get a false start on the offense here. And with 4:25 remaining in the third quarter, we're going to grab a timeout here, just the first opportunity we get. But I'm talking to Dan Jones, the Thatcher head coach, who's got his roots here in the White Mountains. Blue Ridge guy.
Yeah. So
played
born and
for
raised,
Coach Morrow.
played on this field a few times.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. With success?
Always. Sorry, didn't mean to come off that.
It's a little bit sure of yourself.
This week, I have to let them know that Sholo being my nemesis growing up, that it's a little more personal to me.
I got you. I get you on that. Well, let's see. You played for Paul Morrow your entire high school career. He was the head coach there.
He was.
And you're now head coach. You've been the head coach at Thatcher for a while here now. Do you? Is there anything that you try to take away and you say, well, these are the things that Paul Morrow did that I try to do? Obviously, you put your own stamp on your program, but is there anything that you say, these are things that I have brought forward from my days under Paul Morrow?
I think there's a lot of it ingrained. We run a version of the wing tee, so that comes from Paul. A lot of the intensity for football comes from Paul. And
number 42, Jeff Cochran.
And just I told this is my 25th year coaching, and I let all my kids know I don't know how to coach or play or anything to do with football less than 100%. So Either get on board or get out of the way.
Yeah, I hear you, and that's great advice, by the way. Talon Sloan in on the tackle for Sholo there. Anthony Medina helped him out as well, and that's a 7-yard gain for Round Valley's offense. 4th down and 9. 4th and 9. The ball parked at the Elks 45-yard line. Do you say Elks or Elk when you refer to Round Valley?
Me?
Yeah.
Elks.
It's the Elks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, all these people try to be smart and intelligent, like my broadcast partner Byron Brown. He refuses to say Elks, even though it's right there. It's right there on the on their.
I guess that would be weird to say Eagle. Yeah, I don't know. I say Elks.
Well, I mean, if you're out in the wild,
right,
you see some elk, you call them elk. Let's grab a timeout. I'm going to continue to talk with Dan Jones in a moment. Everybody, stand by. Stand by. We'll grab this break. This is the Sports Zone Game of the Week. It's presented by Hatch Toyota.
Multiply your back-to-school savings with Naked Mobile's 3 for $35 deal. Buy 3 months of our $35 unlimited talk and text plan and get a Samsung Galaxy A13 free. Divide your stress, not your budget, with Naked Mobile. No contracts, no credit checks, just the best coverage on the Navajo Nation. Plus, it comes with a 10-gigabyte high-speed hotspot. Grab your free Samsung Galaxy A13 online or in-store while supplies last. Visit nakedmobile.com or your nearest Cellular One store today.
Hey, everybody, we're back in here in the third quarter of this broadcast of the Sports Zone Game of the Week. Show Low Cougars Football as they take on Round Valley. And we will get... You still not hearing me?
I didn't hear you.
I don't know what that is.
There it is again. I
don't know what that is, buddy boy. We're having a little technical issue here. Meanwhile, after a penalty is marked off, Round Valley is pushed back a little. Sholo's got the ball at their own 35-yard line. First down play. Perkins pulls it, and he'll escape that tackler. Cash Perkins is going to be driven out. Just shy of a first down. 9-yard gain on the play for the quarterback, Cash Perkins. And we go under 3 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Our score 27-0. A sizable advantage for the Round Valley Elks right now. And they're going to actually say he stepped out short of. It wasn't 9. We'll say it's now 7 yards. 7 yards the gain for Perkins to bring up second down and 3. Sholo will shift on offense. And they will split their leading receiver in the game. That's Cameron Hernandez. He splits out as the X wide left and give it to the running back. Jet Walker straight up the middle, and Walker's going to power his way straight ahead, and look at the scrum that develops, and Walker gets to the 49.
He's an impressive kid. He runs hard. He really does.
Gain of 9, and there was
another flag
quite a bit of aggressiveness applied by Round Valley at the end of that. You're going to watch it here at the end and see a late hit that produces a personal foul. They're going to tack something on here. And I guess you didn't see it. Personal foul will, after a 9-yard gain by Walker, tacks 15 more on, and Sholo's got an opportunity again. Well, the Cougars, they've been snake bit in this game here today. Can't quite complete the transaction. Had an opportunity moments ago on that long touchdown pass attempt. Dropped the pass inside the 10-yard line. We'll see what they can do here as they move it to the Round Valley 35-yard line. Fake it. Perkins up the middle. He keeps it himself. Perkins will take it to about the 30-yard line. Maybe a 4-yard gain on the play for Cash. Well, so you said, you guys run a little wing tee football or some version of it at times, but you run all kinds of offensive formations.
Yeah, we do.
I mean, I've never seen anybody as schizophrenic on offense as you, Coach Jones.
We try to run downhill a lot, so we have some very, very powerful runners, some very powerful backs, and so the goal is to come at you and come at you hard.
How about that play? And that's going to be, I think that was Perez. Perez with the catch. What a terrific little play. Nice job of improvisation by Cash Perkins, the quarterback. It turns into a sizable gain for the first down. We'll see where they mark that. That is going to be at the 21. So how about a gain of 11 on the play? And that was just a bit of creativity by the quarterback.
That was nice. Those are the kind of things the defensive coordinator gives you heartburn.
That's going to give you some nightmares to think about, Coach. And Perkins
that play right there too,
keeping himself right there. I mean, you got to account for Jet Walker, right?
Yep.
And the defense did just that, and so Perkins was able to make a nice read and gain the yardage.
So this year, our front seven are, well, our defense is probably one of the better that I've coached. And we're pretty excited to see what we're going to be able to do with them.
You sound excited, Coach.
I am.
2nd down and 4. That is going to be Jed Walker
there
cutting back. Walker piercing that defense. And Jed Walker takes it in for a 16-yard Sholo touchdown.
Nice to see a little excitement out of them. Get after, you know.
Hey, if you're the Show Low Cougars, that is exactly what the doctor ordered and something that they needed in a big, big way. Finally into the end zone on a beautiful Thursday night here at Sholo Ford Stadium. And the touchdown.
Explosions going on around here.
There's a little bit of fireworks activity. Do you guys do a lot of pyrotechnics?
No, a little bit on homecoming. That's about all we do.
Yeah,
we're pretty boring people down there. We just score touchdowns and win football games. That's all we do.
Just a little bit boring.
Boring, yep.
Are you guys ever going to get your own football stadium, or is it always going to be shared with Eastern Arizona?
I've been asking to try to move towards that, just because it's such a personal thing to walk into your field with your colors. And
no doubt.
You know, the college is a fantastic place to play, but yeah, I keep trying. I'll keep trying as long as I'm there.
Yeah, you keep up the good fight, man. Yep. I mean, I'm for you. If my opinion matters at all, I vote that you guys get your own stadium.
Well, I'll let them know, because that's going to carry some weight. So
yeah, Floyd who? Let's grab a timeout, and we got the final 42 seconds coming up in a moment as Sholo takes it across for the 2-point conversion.
Don't think
and eventually the official agrees. It's going to be 27-8. And like I said, 42 seconds left, third quarter. Stand by, everybody. This is the Sports Zone Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota.
When exactness is ordered, Hatch Concrete will deliver. We provide ready-mix concrete for any size job, from the do-it-yourself project to the professional construction project, delivering a variety of aggregate to suit your concrete or construction needs from granite to cinders. Hatch Concrete is not just another ready-mix concrete company. We provide quality surface, quality concrete, concrete pumping, and Fox blocks where quality is not just a name, but a tradition. At Hatch Concrete, this mud's for you.
Imagine watching your favorite team without a comfy couch to leap from when your team scores that winning touchdown, or a table for all of your favorite game time snacks, or even a media center to display your TV. Unthinkable. The Furniture Gallery, located in Snowflake, brings only the best to make your game time experience a winner. The Furniture Gallery will help make your house into a home, and they'll do whatever it takes to make you a customer for life.
Hey, back into it for the final 42 seconds of the third quarter, and the Show Low Cougars have made this a 3-touchdown game. Here's the kick, and that is going to be fielded. Almost overran that, and it's brought in at the 15-yard line. Sholo gets there with great
a little bit of life.
coverage.
This is exciting.
Yeah, that touchdown has inspired the team a little bit, and great coverage. It was coming down to make the play was Tavian Barker. You see him right there with a solo tackle in open field. I'm talking to Dan Jones for the final seconds of the third quarter. Dan is the head coach of the Thatcher Eagles, who will play Sholo next on your schedule. You're going to be back here. Going to get to see you in a week, man.
Yep. Good mountain air again.
A lot of miles up here, up the White Mountains. You're also going to be at the Blue Ridge game tomorrow.
Yes.
I understand, right?
Yep. Safford's playing, so we want to get eyes on them. And Russell, my younger brother, is having he's getting honored there for their 30th year since their title. So we're going to come up and clap for him a little bit.
So that was the 1994 Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets.
Yep, state champions.
That was right in the middle of it.
Look
at the cutback. Look at the sophomore run across midfield, and the Jets are on, and there goes Round Valley. Brody Crick takes it 78 yards. Wow, what an answer by the Elks to try and quiet down this Sholo crowd after they got some life. Brody Crick is going to create some nightmares for a while. Just a sophomore for Round Valley. What a run. Boy, that's speed right there.
It's impressive, yep.
How would you translate that to track and field? How fast is that 100?
He's probably 11.3, 11.4, I'd put him.
Okay.
Guessing.
little faster than you were. When
quite a bit.
When you played football.
But I was also carrying a few more pounds than he was.
You were carrying some baggage, were you?
I wasn't fat yet. I am now, but I wasn't then.
Kick is good. Wow, how about the Elks? They said, okay, all right. You scored a touchdown, we'll raise you. 78-yard Brody Crick touchdown run.
We threw a little bit against him in the summer, and he was impressive then. You could just see the breakaway speed.
Tell me about the rivalry between Thatcher and Round Valley, because I think it's one of the best.
It's about as deep as it goes.
It's great.
Yeah, it's about as deep as it goes. We've gone up against them the last 3 or 4 years, and we've got the better of them each time. But it's always been a slugfest and right down to the wire. So.
And also tell me a little bit about you. You get to coach with your brother.
Yep.
Your brother Russ Jones played for Blue Ridge. He was quarterback up there.
Yep, he was.
And Russ. Again, we mentioned he's going to be celebrated along with the rest of that 94 state championship team. They won in 94. They won in 2004. Okay.
And I think they won in 74. They're going to be doing something
in
about
74,
that one.
Yeah. There's something about the fours that works out a little bit for the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets.
Mine were only 87 and 89, so I got to wait a few more years.
87 and 89.
Yep.
So you played in 85. You must have been a sophomore. No,
No, 86.
In 85, you were a junior.
No, in 87, I was a junior.
87, you were a junior.
For sophomore, and 89, I was a senior.
Did you play in 85 as a sophomore?
No, I'd be junior high still.
Junior high, okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Because now I was going to ask you about you, and it wouldn't have been you, but I was going to ask you about you and Dave Brevick and that group of guys that
just ahead of me.
That me and my Holbrook Roadrunner mates defeated on your field my senior year.
I can't remember
in
that
Paul
far
Morrow's
back
first
then.
year as the head coach.
I can't remember that far back.
These Holbrook Roadrunners defeated the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets, okay? It was a long time ago.
Yep.
Ball to the 20-yard line. Might be the final play of the quarter. Jet Walker is going to gain nothing on that. That'll be a zero gain for Jet. And your son and your brother Russ, you get to coach together.
Yep.
At Thatcher, and your sons are integral parts of your team, aren't they?
Yes, they're both linebackers. They one wears 8, one wears 0. They almost look identical. Russell's kid's a bit bigger than mine, and but they're a huge part. It's just so much fun to share.
Yeah.
And I had a son last year that graduated. He had a son the year before. So we've just had our kids for. This is our 5th year together coaching.
Yeah.
And it's just awesome. And he's got one more that's a sophomore, and then that's the end of him. So.
I'm happy for you. I know what that's like when your kid's playing, but to get to coach them, it's got to be special for
it's
you guys,
awesome.
Man. And it's always great to see you. Great to talk to you. Thanks for stopping in, man.
I'll try to see you a little bit tomorrow, but next week, make sure to cheer for the Thatcher Eagles a little bit, all right?
well, we'll see about that, my boy. We'll see about that.
All right, buddy. Thanks for having me on.
Good luck. Yeah, that's Dan Jones, head coach at Thatcher. And, thank him for joining us on the broadcast. Fourth quarter on the way, everybody. And our score going into that, 34-8, Round Valley leading Sholo. Cougars football continues in a moment. You'll see some of it on your screen. We do have to grab this timeout, so we'll do that. A word in from our presenting sponsors of the Sports Zone Game of the Week, Hatch Toyota. We're back in just a moment. Stand by, everybody.
For a limited time at Hatch Toyota in Sholo. Push, pull, or drag it in, even if it doesn't run. If it has groundhogs living in a glove box, your old car is worth a minimum of $2,500 at your Cash for Clunkers headquarters. Hatch Toyota is guaranteeing you a minimum of $2,500 on your trade-in, running or not, towards the purchase of any new Toyota. If you can get a minimum of $2,500 for a wreck held together with duct tape and bubblegum, imagine what Hatch Toyota can offer you for a trade-in in great condition. Now's the time to move up. Move up to lower payments. Move up to better gas mileage. Move up to something you've always wanted in your driveway. Hatch Toyota, your Cash for Clunkers headquarters in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall.
Hi, this is Chaz Hatch. I won't lose a deal over $1, and you have my word on it. Find out more at hatchtoyota.com or visit us today at the Northern Arizona Auto Mall in Sholo.
Auto for credit plus tax and license and $5.99 documentation fee. Plus 210 fee. Must have a clean title. Cannot be combined with other offers.
Well, you saw the play go for about, we'll say, 7 yards for Round Valley on first down to start the fourth quarter. Sholo's got the ball, and they start the fourth quarter with that gain. Possession this time beginning at the 32-yard line. And Sholo will take it. And it looks like, is that Jet Walker picking his way through? He's got that kind of got that Jet Walker style of running.
Up to the 42-yard line. It'll be third down. Brought down by number 32, Gavin Pettit.
Third down and a yard to go, and this will be Dax Lamson this time. Lamson goes to the 45-yard line. It'll be about a 4-yard gain on the play.
Number 14, Cade Latham.
And it'll be, for the Cougars, a first down at that spot. Approaching midfield here, 10.5 minutes remaining now in regulation. And the Show Low Cougars are going to roll out. They're going to send Cash Perkins to his left, and boy, he delivers a beautiful pass downfield, and a great catch by Lysander Perez at the end of it. Beautiful delivery, beautiful catch. It all looked terrific, and a 22-yard pickup on the play for the Show Low Cougars. They take it into Round Valley territory. Look again on the replay, and Perkins rolling to his left just throws it right on the money. Perkins to throw again. He rolls out, sets his feet, and under a lot of pressure lets it fly, and that is intercepted. Well, you know, he's trying to make plays out there for his team, and this time trying to avoid the sack. Cash is unable to get it away cleanly, and an interception. Round Valley comes down with it. And we're going to take a look and see who the young man is that was able to get the takeaway right there. Well, that's the guy that's been making plays all night long. That's Connor Luker with the second interception of the game for Round Valley's defense. It comes with 10:13 on the clock. So here come the Round Valley Elks.
Handoff number 23, Jose Leon, met by number 9, Connor Wood.
Well, that's a 1-yard gain on that first down try for Round Valley's offense. Their young quarterback, he's just a sophomore. He's had quite a ball game. Cage Finch. It seems like if you live in Round Valley and your last name is Finch, you're probably a quarterback, and you're probably pretty good. And Cage, as I say that, is going to end up with probably the worst of his efforts on the night. He ends up losing 4 yards on that as he pulled it and tried to keep it and test the edge of that Show Low defense on the far side of the field. So he goes down at the 34-yard line. It'll be third down and 13 for the Round Valley offense. And now for the Elks, they are working toward trying to get this thing. They're working toward trying to close out the game and minimize any damage that they might face in the final 8.5 minutes of play and pick up their third win of the season. They'd be 3-2 if they can hold on to get the win, pass down the middle, and that's a little far out of the reach of the intended receiver. And that was Luker again. Couldn't haul it in. And it stops the clock and brings a fourth down for Round Valley. They'll bring the punt team on, surrender the ball to the Cougars. Jet Walker goes back to receive this one. 8:34 remaining in regulation. It is Round Valley 34, Sholo 8. Listening on radio on Mix 98 KRFM Sholo, the broadcast home of Sports Zone Radio. And the Elks are having some trouble trying to figure out who is supposed to be on the punt team. Finally get the numbers filled in, and this one is blocked. The kick is blocked. Sholo's got the ball, and they're going to get the ball at about the 5-yard line. The guy who blocked it is the guy who comes away with it. What a play up the middle. And look at the guy. Let's check that number for you in the middle of that defense. Donovan Miller Jr. came straight up the middle, and he is the guy. No, it's take it back. Was that Cooper Peck? It's Cooper Peck. I think that's that young man that earlier was described by the Thatcher coach Dan Jones as a great kid and a guy that played at Thatcher up until this year. And so there's Cooper Peck getting on the field, making a play for the Show Low Cougars. So he blocks the kick, recovers it, and Sholo is in business at the Round Valley. Sholo is at the Round Valley 6-yard line. Huge play. We'll see if that's enough with limited time remaining here in the fourth quarter for Sholo. To maybe get some momentum going and mount a comeback like they did against Paradise Honors last week. Walker slips up in the backfield, didn't get much out of it, got back to the line of scrimmage, actually gained a yard on the play, as a matter of fact. So we'll just say that was a gain of 1. Second time in the second half, only the second time in the entire game that Sholo has gained a possession in Round Valley territory. The previous time was the opening kick returned by Jet Walker to the 30-yard line of Round Valley. Direct snap to Walker. And as Byron Brown would call this, that is the, what did he call that? The Wild Walker? Something like that. It's a wild cat when it's anybody but Jet Walker. You're going to call that the Wild Walker or whatever Byron called that. That's a 4-yard gain on the play for Jet. He takes it to the 1, and the Cougars are knocking on the door right here. For the radio audience, let you know it is 34-8. Round Valley in front of Sholo with 7 minutes and now 17 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. And Sholo knocking on the door. Direct snap again to Walker. He's going to follow all the guys that are lined up on the right side. Cut it back. And Walker slides in there for a Sholo touchdown. So a 1-yard touchdown run by Jet Walker. Sholo desperately fighting back here in the fourth quarter. They get that blocked punt. It was Cooper Parker that blocked the punt, recovered it at the 6, and Jet Walker takes it in from the 1. This point after try is going to be pushed out to the right, but it does sneak in that upright, and the kick is good. And our score is Round Valley 34, Sholo 15. Can the Cougars continue this fight back into the game with a little over 7 minutes remaining? We'll take a timeout. This is the Sports Zone Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota.
When it comes to paint, whether you're looking for interior or exterior paint, Dunn Edwards provides quality solutions to make all your painting projects look professional. And the home of Dunn Edwards in the White Mountains is Ace Hardware in Sholo, Pine Top, and Heber Overgard. Thanks to Dunn Edwards, Ace has the best interior paint for your home or office, and their exterior paint will stand up to the wear and tear of our tough seasonal weather. When it's time to paint, it's time to visit Ace Hardware of the White Mountains for high-quality Dunn Edwards interior and exterior paint and primer.
The gridiron is where teams come to battle and dominate. With over 5 decades of knowledge and expertise, manpower, and a whole lot of horsepower, Perkins Cinders is that all-star teammate you need to dominate your project. They deliver all things dirt, from gravel, cinders, topsoil mulch, concrete materials, and more. Want to score big? Use the one that will get you that win. Perkins Cinders is helping you get a load of this.
Thank you to all of our sponsoring partners of the Hatch Toyota Game of the Week, the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week. Here's an onside kick attempt that Round Valley covers up at the Sholo 49-yard line. So they protect the ball right there in that instance. And we're going to get a late flag. That was thrown right as the Round Valley player was handing the ball to the official. That is Joe Clare, the official on the near side. And all I can guess is there must have been some language there at that moment. That'll be an unsportsmanlike penalty, and it'll be a 15-yard mark off against Round Valley. So instead of having the ball at the 50-yard line, they'll get it back at the 35. their own 35. 7:05 remaining here in the fourth quarter of this broadcast. Show Low Cougars football. Part of the Hatch Toyota Friday Night Football Show, but a Thursday special presentation of football thanks to the depleted roster of officials. Had to move this game to a Thursday. Just not enough officials to make it a Friday game like it was originally scheduled. First down play for Cage, Finch, and the Round Valley offense. They hand it left side. That's Brody Crick. He'll bounce it. He's got the first down yardage, and the very speedy Brody Crick is going to get it back to right to midfield. 15-yard gain on the play and a first down for Round Valley. That did end up stopping the clock on the run out of bounds right there. There's Jet Walker trailing the play. You see that? The guy that gets the credits. Heard somebody make a statement out there that I thought was humorous. It's either Josh Williams or Anthony Medina. I'm going to go Josh Williams because he's the junior. They're wearing that number 10. They've got two members of this roster that share that number, according to our roster. Handoff up the middle. That's just about a yard gain on the play. 1 yard gained on the play. And the kid that blocked that punt a while ago is the guy that made the stop for the Sholo defense. Cooper Peck made that blocked kick. It was the blocked punt. He recovered it at the 6-yard line. And 3 plays later, Jet Walker carried it across for a Sholo touchdown. So Cooper Peck making his presence known as a transfer first-year student here now for the Sholo Cougars. Letting everybody know that he is alive and well out there. Second down play coming up. And that is going to be Crick again on the carry. And Crick got back to the line of scrimmage, so that's a no gain there.
Number 36.
And it was a no gain on both plays. So no gain there, a 0 gain on the previous play. And now it's third down coming up for Round Valley. Probably running the football again right here, you'd think. But we'll see what Brad Baca has in mind. He is the offensive coordinator, play calling head coach of the Round Valley Elks football team. 5 minutes and 40 seconds remaining now here in the fourth quarter. Finch with 2 receivers to the right. Snap the ball from right, basically in the middle of the field. Finch is going to try left, and he's going to run right back into the middle of the defense. There really wasn't a lot that he could do there. Mason Lucktel, the middle linebacker, came in and made that stop. It looked like Daniel Rawlings was in the zip code for the tackle as well, and he got that back to the line of scrimmage. Consecutive no gains, 3 straight plays of 0 yardage for Round Valley's offense. And here comes the punt team again. And back goes Jet Walker, right now standing at about his 27-yard line, 27-yard line. And now he'll back up a bit. And with 4:47 remaining in regulation and very limited time for the Cougars, who have 1 timeout remaining. This is almost blocked as well, this kick. It's going to be a short one. And the Elks will down it at the Sholo 30, about 33-yard line. Well, you got 4.5 minutes remaining here. Sholo trailing, getting the ball back here, trailing 34-15. The Cougars came into the game with a 1-3 record. They'd hate to go to 1-4, but there isn't much time remaining for their hopes of completing what would be a miraculous comeback at this stage for the Elks. They would go to 3-2 if they hold on to get a win here. Cash Perkins throwing quickly, and he delivers on time, and the catch is made, and pretty good job of dodging a couple of those would-be tacklers out there. Hernandez has been the leading receiver today for Sholo, and Hernandez is going to haul this one in. Let's see what they gave him. How about 6 yards on the gain for Cameron Hernandez, his 3rd catch today, 24 yards on his night. And Cash Perkins is 6 out of 14 for 49 yards. Catch made this side. That is Hernandez again. And Hernandez is going to get some work done. 24 yards on the offensive play for the Show Low Cougars. Marching into Round Valley territory. Again, a nice pass and a great job by Hernandez to not just make the catch, but to bring it back into the middle of the field and dodge those two defenders coming toward him toward the sideline. Throw deep down the middle, and that is off the fingertips. Great efforts by Lysander Perez. There were 3 defenders, and he had to step on all those guys, and Perkins threw just about as perfect a ball as he can. A foot closer, and that's a touchdown catch for Perez right there. There's a marker down, and that'll be against Round Valley. So they step off 5 yards. It'll bring up, I think that's going to bring up a first down and 5 right there. Ball's going to be at the Round Valley 33-yard line as the Elks will spend one of their 2 remaining timeouts. And call that right there with 4 minutes and 4 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. We'll grab a timeout. Sports fans, stand by as we close out this one here at Sholo High School, 34-15. That's the Round Valley lead right now. The Sports Zone Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota.
Beeman Well Drilling is a proud partner of Sports Zone Radio and the Friday Night Football Show, and they give support to each and every school and team in the White Mountains. Just like Sports Zone Radio, Beeman Drilling has a kind of experience that makes them the best at what they do. Paul Wyatt is the guy to talk to, and he'll take your call anytime, day or night, 537-1031. Or better yet, call him right on his cell phone, 928-205-7647. This football season, go deep with Beeman Drilling.
In years past, when you needed expert medical care, you may have overlooked one credible local healthcare provider. White Mountain Regional Medical Center's Rural Health Clinic is your destination for specialized care, orthopedics, podiatry, behavioral health, and advanced interventional pain management. And it's all closer than you think. Located in Springerville, White Mountain Regional Medical Center is your healthcare partner when choices matter.
Well, there's Cash Perkins again, and he carries it himself. He is able to gain some yardage as he danced around and escaped the defensive pressure coming up the middle. Able to gain, looks like 2 yards. 2 yards to gain on the play for Cash. Ran around a lot, burned a lot of calories to gain that short, get that short pickup for the Sholo offense. And Cash in the offense for Sholo will set up a 2nd down and 3, or just under 3 yards to go on this one. They'll give it on the trap. Jet Walker boy almost had it stripped from his hands. And he'll get brought down. A loss on the play for Jet. 2 yards the loss. Boy, for a moment there, I thought that Jet was going to lose the handle on the football. 2nd down and 5. The ball goes back to the Round Valley 33-yard line. We got 3.5 minutes remaining here in regulation. Perkins calling it out, takes the snap. And he is going to throw, and he throws it to the wrong guy. And Round Valley, and boy, that big finish, and he stays alive. That is going to be Connor Luker who intercepted. I think that's Connor's 2nd interception today, and pretty big return. There's a marker out again at the end of that play. And Connor might have stunned himself when he ran it. Was that Perkins he ran over there at the end of the play? Or it wasn't even the end of the play. Ran him over, and it's almost like he lost his orientation for a minute. He didn't know what was going on, and then he started running again. We'll look at the replay here in a moment. We're going to find out what the penalty is all about first of all. Brian Lang will give us that penalty. You see Aaron Hewish, the umpire, there as well. That'll be a sideline warning. So they mark it off. I don't think they marked anything off. Watch this again. Watch Luker right here at the end of this. He is going to hit somebody. I think that's Perkins right there. And then he stops for a moment and says, I'm still alive. Let's go. And he turns that into a bigger return. And the Elks have the ball at the Sholo 41-yard line. They'll hand it. Yeah, it's going to be, I believe that's Crick again. No. We got a new guy stepping in there and getting some late action here in the game for Round Valley. Jose Leon carried the football. Well, there were moments for the Sholo Cougars. In the end, it was Round Valley. 3 interceptions that they were able to take away in this one. the turnovers, the big first half where they threw 4 touchdown passes. Sholo's outscored Round Valley in the second half, but in the end, it was the big lead that Round Valley got going into halftime that they were able to preserve. We get down to 2:25 remaining here in the fourth quarter. 2nd down and 7 after a little modest pickup. 3rd down and 7 now. And the ball is at the 37-yard line of Sholo. Don't forget, tomorrow the Hatch Toyota Friday Night Football Show gets underway. 5 o'clock in the afternoon on radio on Mix 98, 98.5 FM. We got a new quarterback, and he's going to do some work. He's going to do some damage to that Sholo defense as he's able to sneak through, kept it. It was Connor Luker taking over at quarterback, and how about 37 yards on the touchdown run? And I had mentioned a moment ago that Sholo actually had outscored Round Valley in the second half. Not by much at this point. Minute 47 remaining. And the Elks are going to try to tack something on here. If they can get the kick, the second half would still be Sholo's slight advantage. 15-14 would be the count on that. And the kick is good. There's the pull, and there goes Luker. He's had a great game. A couple of interceptions for him. He had a touchdown reception in the first half as well, and now that 37-yard touchdown run. So Round Valley will crack 40 on that. 41 to be precise is their score. 41-15. Round Valley in front of Sholo. Cougars will get the ball back here. Perhaps a final time for the Cougars to have it. And we'll see if Coach Boyce and his guys are able to do something with that remaining time and work on a couple of things. Walk out of here on a high note. And Sholo guys lined up on the wrong side. It's been that kind of night. So they'll traverse the field to the other side. Maybe that was a trick play. I don't know. Something new. Hadn't seen that one before. 1:47 remaining here in the fourth quarter. The Friday Night Football Show on the air tomorrow. I mentioned it on Mix 98, KRFM, 98.5 FM. Starts at 5 o'clock. And then our Sports Zone Game of the Week for Friday night. Blue Ridge takes on Safford. Sholo return goes out across the 25. And Dane Ruzma will slip to the turf right about there. 1:42 remaining. Round Valley has already started the bus over there. They've cranked up the bus. Get ready for the ride home here in a little bit. Game of the week tomorrow night. Blue Ridge takes on Safford. We'll have that broadcast for you. And then it's Show Low Cougars Football again a week and a day from tonight. Next Friday night, Sholo hosts Thatcher, and we'll be back here at Sholo Ford Stadium for that broadcast. Here's the give up the middle. And that is not going to go too far, but before the Cougars are able to pick up a couple of yards, Aiden Neese carrying for a second time today. Maybe his third carry, 6 yards in the game for Neese. Now Jet Walker. Walker is going to get upended. A hard tackle at the end of this. And Walker might have picked up the first down on that play. We're approaching a minute remaining. Just a yard shy. So how about 7 yards for Jet Walker on that? And they'll test the middle again here in the remaining seconds. 2 yards gained on the play, Anderson carries the ball this time.
Met by number 51, Tanner Finch, and number 55.
Hey, remember this. Tomorrow night during the Friday Night Football Show and our Game of the Week broadcast, we are giving away some tickets to the Arizona Cardinals. The Arizona Cardinals will take on the Washington Commanders on Sunday. You call them the Commanders, guys? Have you been able to make that adjustment? That's the new name. Or not that new anymore. Timeout is taken. 44 seconds remain here in regulation. There's Coach Mike Boyce on the right there. Trying to get the last mileage out of this game here, and an opportunity for his young men to maybe take a step forward in these final seconds right here. Be a first down play on the way for Sholo in a moment. The Cougars have a timeout remaining. We'll see if they spend it in these final seconds. So tickets to the Cardinals. You want to go watch the Cardinals play the Commanders on Sunday? We've got tickets that you can win. And we'll give those away tomorrow night. Here's a carry, left side, Aiden Neese. Neese will cross the 40. Neese will gain 3 on the play. And they called a couple of plays in the huddle. Direct snap, Jet Walker, and a big collision here at the end of the play. Let's see here. Gain of 4 on the play for Jet Walker. Walker's night, 18 carries, 72 yards. That averages 4 yards a carry. That is a very, very hard-fought night for Jet. You're going to gain a bunch right here. That's 11 on the play. 11 yards the gain on that play. Let's see. That's it. No more time remaining. That'll run the final seconds off the clock in this one today. Jet ends up with 80-plus yards rushing to lead this offense for the Show Low Cougars. But it was Jeff Cochran's big first half for Round Valley. 2 touchdowns receiving and an interception in that half. The quarterback, young quarterback, sophomore quarterback for Round Valley, led them to this victory. He had a great night, which we will detail in our postgame wrap-up. We'll announce the Sports Zone's player of the game coming up in a little bit. Presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. Our final score, Round Valley 41, Sholo 15. This has been Show Low Cougars Football, presented by Hatch Toyota. We will break for a moment, come back for our postgame wrap-up in just a bit. Stand by for it, everybody. We'll return to Sholo High School right after this.
All right, ladies, buckle up. First drive in my new 2024 Toyota RAV4 from Hatch Toyota.
Very cool ride. It has those awesome safety features and a huge touchscreen.
Look at all this room. Perfect for taking my kids and their friends to practice.
I know, right? Plus, the payments are only $359 a month. It's such a great deal.
Did you trade in your old car or what?
I did. I got $2,500 for it during Hatch Toyota's Push, Pull, or Drag event.
$2,500 and a new RAV4 for $359 a month? Sweet deal.
Ready for a new ride? Visit Hatch Toyota's Push, Pull, or Drag event. Get a guaranteed minimum of $2,500 for your trade, no matter its condition. Drive away in a 2024 Toyota RAV4 with payments starting at just $359 a month. Hatch Toyota in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall and online at hatchtoyota.com. On approved credit plus tax, title, license, $5.99 documentation, and $210 fees. Must have a clean title. Lease for 36 months with $29.99 due at signing. Cannot be combined with other offers.
This could be your best vacation ever. Start with 2 nights at Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas. Then add 2 premium tickets to see Mr. Garth Brooks live at Caesar's Palace the first night you're there. And if that's not enough, let's add 2 tickets to the National Finals Rodeo the very next night. What? When you choose Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint to replace your insured windshield, everyone gets steak dinner for 2 at Cattleman's Steakhouse and 2 movie tickets. And right now, everyone, cash or insurance, gets their name put in the hat to win a vacation they will never forget. 2 front section tickets to see Garth Brooks live at Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas. And 2 tickets the next night to see the National Finals Rodeo. If you have a broken windshield, you know the jingle.
536 597 Mountain Mobile Auto Glass Cash back to you. Woohoo!
When it comes to paint, whether you're looking for interior or exterior paint, Dunn Edwards provides quality solutions to make all your painting projects look professional. And the home of Dunn Edwards in the White Mountains is Ace Hardware in Sholo, Pine Top, and Heber Overgard. Thanks to Dunn Edwards, Ace has the best interior paint for your home or office, and their exterior paint will stand up to the wear and tear of our tough seasonal weather. When it's time to paint, it's time to visit Ace Hardware of the White Mountains for high-quality Dunn Edwards interior and exterior paint and primer.
Have you heard the big news? At White Mountain Regional Medical Center, we are bigger and better than ever. With our newly expanded emergency room facility and capabilities, we are even better equipped to handle your urgent needs with the care and efficiency you deserve. Discover the new standard in healthcare right in your backyard. Choose White Mountain Regional Medical Center, located in Springerville, where specialized and emergency care are now within reach.
Well, thank you to White Mountain Regional Medical Center for their sponsoring partnership of our broadcast work here at the Friday Night Football Show, the Sports Zone, Simmons Media Group. Thank you, White Mountain Regional Medical Center. They will be presenting the Sports Zone Player of the Game here in just a moment. Round Valley, an impressive outing tonight here at Show Low. The Elks come away with a 41-15 victory over the Cougars. Round Valley is now 3-2 on the season, and Sholo has dropped to 1-4. 1-4, the current record for the Sholo Cougars, as they get through this one, and they'll prepare to take on the Thatcher Eagles next Friday night right here. We'll carry that game for you here, our coverage of Show Low Cougars football at the Sports Zone. That'll be next Friday. Tomorrow night, don't forget, we'll be covering Blue Ridge versus Safford. The Yellow Jackets host Safford tomorrow night. We'll have our broadcast coverage for you right here at the Sports Zone. Listen on Mix 98, KRFM. You can watch our live coverage on the Sports Zone Radio, YouTube, and Facebook channels. We apologize to those who may have tried to watch us on Facebook tonight. Technical issues galore here, made that a tough proposition, but we hope that on our YouTube broadcast things went well for you tonight. Don't know if they did, but we certainly do hope they did. And I want to remind you that tomorrow night we will be giving away tickets, 4 tickets. How does 4 tickets sound? You and the Fam Bam, or you and your buddies and pals, or whoever it might be, go watch the Arizona Cardinals play football versus the Washington Commanders on Sunday. You get to go see QB1, the great Kyler Murray, leading that Cardinal offense. James Conner, Marvin Harrison Jr., and the whole gang. And you get to listen to the sultry pipes of the great Jim Barnett, the public address announcer for the Arizona Cardinals. I kind of wish some of the PA announcers we encounter along the way with our opportunity to cover games across this part of the state would kind of go to a game and maybe take some notes and listen to a guy like Jim Barnett. He is a class act, and he's one of our friends here at the Sports Zone. He actually does some work for us at the Sports Zone. The great public address announcer for the Cardinals. 41-15 final score in this one, everybody. Let me run you through the scoring while we wait for our Sports Zone Player of the Game. I think you just saw him. We'll announce that right now for you. And this was, I believe, by unanimous vote among our production crew. The Sports Zone Player of the Game, Jeff Cochran, the wingback, H-back, whatever you want to call him for Round Valley. He caught 2 touchdown passes in the first half. Had 97 yards receiving on those 2 passes caught in that first half. They were both touchdowns. Caught the first 2 touchdowns thrown by the sophomore quarterback, Cage Finch. There's a touchdown scored by Jeffrey Cochran right there, and he had an interception in between those 2 touchdown catches. What a great job put together by Jeffrey Cochran. He is the Sports Zone's Player of the Game, presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. We'll have an opportunity to speak with him here in just a few moments. We'll also talk with head coach Brad Baca, and we'll talk to one more of those players that had a great game tonight for Round Valley. Connor Luker is going to join us as well, we believe, here to give us a good wrap-up from Sholo High School. Congratulations to Round Valley on the win. I mentioned that Jeff Cochran is our player of the game. Well, he caught the first touchdown of the game, scored the first points of the game for Round Valley. It was on their second possession, And with 35 seconds on the clock in the first quarter, Round Valley had struck first in this one on a cage finch to Jeff Cochran 41-yard touchdown pass. The kick was good after that, and Round Valley had a 7-0 lead. A few moments later on the next possession for Round Valley, following a Jeff Cochran interception, well, he was able to catch a touchdown pass on the third play of a 74-yard drive for Round Valley. A long 56-yard touchdown catch for Jeff Cochran. The kick was no good after that, but at 7:32 on the clock in the second quarter, Round Valley had a 13-0 lead over Sholo, and they would continue to pour it on their very next possession. They went 70 yards in 5 plays, and the final 25 yards was a touchdown pass to Connor Luker from the young sophomore quarterback Cage Finch. The kick was good, and Round Valley's lead was 20-0 with 3:19 remaining in the first half. Round Valley scored one more time. It was another 5-play, 70-yard scoring drive, and the final was a 14-yard touchdown pass with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. Finch to Brody Crick this time, 14 yards, the touchdown reception by Crick. But there's a little asterisk right there, because you'll go back and look, if you haven't already, you'll go back and look at the replay, and you'll find that the quarterback was down, and it should have been registered as a sack. Instead of that, what you're looking at on those who are watching live right now, that touchdown pass to Brody Crick. It was definitely down, but just not something that in real time was easy to identify for the officials, and so they couldn't. They didn't. They thought he got the pass away in time. One way or the other, it did count as a touchdown, and it was the fourth first-half touchdown pass for Cage Finch. It was Brody Crick hauling it in, and with 6 seconds left in the first half, 27-0 was the score. At that point for Round Valley, they took that into halftime. Sholo got the first points of the second half. It was on their, looks like their second possession. They were able to get into the end zone with 42 seconds left in the third quarter. Jet Walker, a 16-yard touchdown run and a 2-point conversion as well. And Round Valley's lead was trimmed to 27-8. But on the ensuing possession, on the first play on that possession, a 78-yard Round Valley touchdown run. This time Brody Crick reeled it off, and he demonstrated some great speed in taking that one to the house. The kick was good after that. Round Valley's lead became 34-8 in the final seconds of the third quarter. Going on to the fourth quarter, Sholo blocked a punt. It was Cooper Peck that blocked the punt and gave Sholo the ball at the 6-yard line. A couple of plays later, Jet Walker took it in, a 1-yard Sholo touchdown run. The kick was good. Round Valley's lead was 34-15. Sholo trying to make the comeback. But the Elks would slam the door shut with one more touchdown following a takeaway and interception that they got. And I believe it was Connor Luker that got that interception. We'll talk to him here in a moment. They got the takeaway, and Round Valley would score on a 37-yard Connor Luker touchdown run right after that. The kick was good, and Round Valley's final score here was 41-15. They ended with the win, a 3A East region victory for Round Valley over Sholo in this one tonight. And we congratulate the Elks on the victory. And we get a chance now to talk to the Sports Zone's player of the game. We'll do that in a moment. We'll talk to his teammate who very well could have shared in that honor for sure. We might even be doing co-players of the game. I didn't really get all the word on that, and that doesn't matter really that much at the moment because we just want to dive into it and get our post-game rolling. Hey, welcome back in, everybody, to Sholo High School and our Sports Zone Game of the Week broadcast. Tonight was Cougars football, part of the Hatch Toyota Friday Night Football Show, and on this special Thursday night, it was Round Valley coming into Sholo and getting a win. They get a win 41-15. We congratulate the Elk, and we want to talk to Connor Luker, one of the key guys in the victory tonight. There were a number of guys that showed up big for Round Valley, and this guy was certainly one of them, scored their final touchdown on a touchdown run, caught a touchdown pass, and he can correct me, but I think he also had the interception that led to that final touchdown that he scored. Let's talk to Connor Luker, everybody, from the Round Valley Elks. Connor, congratulations on you and your team's victory in this one tonight.
Thank you, sir.
Connor, was that you that got that interception? Remind me.
Yes, sir, it was.
It was. And then as you're returning it, you ran headlong into, I think it was the quarterback that threw the pick. I don't know, but you ran into one of those Sholo players, and it looked like you got a little disoriented. what happened there when you made that hit and you collected yourself and finished the run back after that? But did you get a little stunned there for a moment?
A little bit. It was more like I was just trying to catch my feet. I saw him lower his head, so I lowered mine, and then I ended up on top.
Gotcha. Well, listen, it's got to feel good to come into Sholo. I mean, this is one of your big rivals, and to get the victory today, you and your team. What is it that you felt like went well for Round Valley today? And maybe that's a question that leads to a really long list. But whatever it is, how would you describe it, and what would you say went well for your team today?
I'd say we showed up and played the first two quarters really well. We actually played like a team instead of playing like a bunch of individuals.
Okay. Is that something that's been a problem?
Yeah, we've struggled to start out fast. We've been a second-half team, and this week we came out in the first half, and it was like we were firing on all cylinders.
Connor, take me back to the Thatcher game, okay, where the Eagles got the big lead, but you guys stormed back. You fought back, and you made it a one-touchdown game at the end, but can you tell me a little bit about that and what the Elks did, especially in the comeback?
We knew that going into it, they were going to be one of the toughest games of the year. So I think we started out scared. But once we realized that we could hang with them, our coaches were just saying, if you guys give it everything, we'll be proud of you. And I think that really pumped the team up to help make that comeback.
So listen, your team, man, you lost a couple of stout seniors that graduated off of last year's team. And your quarterback last year, Riker Marble, he was the player of the year in the 3A East, and he deserved it. He is such a good player and such a big part, both offense and defense for the Elks. Anytime you lose guys like that, it seems like it's hard to come back and build back, but your team has a bunch of great pieces. So let me ask you how you feel about what the Elks are capable of doing this year.
I think if we can learn how to play 4 quarters and stay on the same page, we're going to make a deep playoff run.
I got you. Did the win feel good tonight?
Yes, sir. A win is everything.
All right. Go enjoy that trip home tonight, okay? Congratulations to you and the Elks.
Thank you, sir.
There is one of our Sports Zone players of the game in this one tonight. Connor Luker collects that, and he's going to get the great T-shirt from White Mountain Regional Medical Center as he and his guys collect a 41-15 victory over the Show Low Cougars here tonight in Sholo. Congratulations to the Round Valley Elks, our Game of the Week broadcast presented by Hatch Toyota. And so we do continue on, and as soon as we get the young man mic'd up and get him an IFB, an earpiece to hear what's going on, we'll talk to our other player of the game. And this guy, I mean, he jumped out early in the voting and the race to get that Player of the Game award tonight here in Sholo. Final score on our Sports Zone Thursday night Game of the Week broadcast here. A rare. Now it's not as rare as it used to be, but certainly a special Thursday night broadcast of the Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota. Final score: Round Valley has defeated Sholo 41-15. Welcome back in, everybody. I'm Floyd Simmons, and on your screen is a young man who helps his team to victory and picks up the Sports Zone's Player of the Game, presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. Let's talk to Jeffrey Cochran. Jeff, congratulations on your team's win tonight.
Thank you, sir.
Well, you came out, man, on fire, dude. You had a first half, and not many guys can say they had the first half you did, and it was on 3 consecutive possessions, 2 for your team and 1 for Sholo, where you did a lot of damage, made a name for yourself tonight, Jeff. Okay, you caught 2 long touchdown passes, and right in between those was an interception, man. Tell me about it. What is it? What did you eat for breakfast or whatever today that led to this big game for you and the team?
All credit goes to our coaches and all my teammates. I mean, our coaches prepared us really well going into this game with film, and on those 2 seam touchdowns, I mean, all week we'd been practicing that. And then with that interception, I mean, my safety coach we had practiced this quarterback liked to throw across the field a lot, and so I knew to stay home.
Yeah, and when he did, he threw a kind of a jump ball for you, and a young man, Chris Yorksmith, was the intended receiver for Sholo at the time. It was just you guys were going to go at it, and it just seemed to me like you were determined you were going to get that ball. You were not going to let him have that advantage. Tell me about the interception.
Well, I mean, I knew to stay home, and I thought he was going to hit me as soon as I jumped, honestly. But, I mean, I went up for the ball, and, I mean, I'm kind of surprised I caught it because he kind of came over my back, you know.
Yeah. Are you a rebounder? Are you a good basketball player?
I'm not. I don't even play basketball.
You don't play? Well,
Yeah.
maybe you need to think about it because that's the sign of a good rebounder right there. So you get that. You get the long touchdowns. The other thing that's on display when you scored those touchdowns, Jeff, is you've got some pretty good speed, on a team that, well, we get a good example tonight. We get to see a lot of speed on this Round Valley team. How would you describe? Do you feel like you guys have a good, speedy, fast team?
I would 100%. That's what I would describe our team as. I mean, lifting all summer and going into the season, I mean, that was our game plan. Is we're not a very big team, but I mean, we got a lot of fast and shifty skill players. For one, Brody Crick is very shifty, very fast, and Cage is also a guy that like that.
Yeah, and a young team. You're a junior, okay?
Yes.
So you're just kind of coming into your own with the team here now, and I know you got playing time last year, but you talk about two more youngsters, a couple of sophomores right there. Man, this Round Valley team, you guys have a future, right? I mean, you got to feel good about how things are going to shape up for you guys. Not just the remainder of this year where you can really do some damage, and then next year as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, our young guys are doing a phenomenal job.
That's all you got to say, right?
Yeah.
That's all you got to say. We're looking at a replay of your I think that was your second. No, that was your first touchdown right there that you scored. Hey, big night for you and the guys, and you got to feel proud. What do you think Coach Baca is? Maybe can you give us an insight? What did he have to say to you guys in the locker room a moment ago?
Well, I mean, we came out fast in the first half, but I mean, we definitely have stuff to work on in that second. I mean, we've kind of struggled playing exactly all 4 quarters, always holes, always things to improve on. So that was the message after the game.
Well, you guys look good, man. You got a great win for you. You got to feel good about it. You open up your 3A East Region season with a win against one of your arch rivals, and I know you're going to go enjoy this. So thanks for spending some time. Congratulations to you and the guys.
Thank you, sir.
And you got it. There's Jeffrey Cochran, everybody, the junior receiver and defensive back, and what a game this guy had tonight for the Round Valley Elks. 2 touchdown passes receiving, both coming in the first half, and an interception as well. And that guy, Jeff Cochran, is the Sports Zone's Player of the Game, presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. Round Valley 41, Sholo 15 on the Sports Zone Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota. So our postgame does continue, everybody. It does continue right here, and we're going to get a chance to talk to the head coach. His name is Brad Baca. He's getting mic'd up right now, and as we get ready for that, I'm going to throw some numbers out there. I don't know if Coach has these yet, but total yardage for Round Valley in this one, 422 yards of offense. Remember, they had about 320 or something like that at halftime. So they had a big first half, and they kind of took their foot off the gas in that second half. 15 first downs overall for Round Valley's offense in this one tonight. They ran for 152 yards and passed for 270, which to me was the big surprise. I just did not see them throwing the ball as much as they ended up tonight. Their quarterback, Cage Finch, 18 of 27 for 270 yards and 4 touchdown passes for that young man. All of those coming in the first half, and 2 of those to our Sports Zone Player of the Game, Jeff Cochran, in that first half. And there is Coach Brad Baca there on the field. Coach Baca, welcome in to our post-game wrap-up. How you doing, man?
Good. Thanks for having me.
You bet. It's great to see you and the Elks tonight. What a win. You came on the road to Sholo, and you guys took care of business, didn't you?
Yes, it was. This is a great win. It's always great to get your first region win, and especially going away from home to come to Sholo. They've improved immensely from last year. Credit to their coaching staff. Their kids played hard. But it was always great. Our kids came out. We challenged them all week to start fast because we haven't been. I mean, we gave up big leads to Thatcher, to Post and Butte, and had to fight back over and over. And so we were proud of them for their effort tonight in the first half.
Well, Coach, as you give Sholo credit for the improvement that they've made over last year, let's talk about you guys and your bounce back from losing some quality seniors that graduated, led by Riker Marble. When you lose a guy like Riker, it's hard for people on the outside of your program to look and say, these guys are going to be, they're going to be able to handle that. They'll be fine. They'll bounce right back, okay? He was such a special player, and yet I go out there and I see what you did tonight. With a sophomore quarterback, you throw 4 first-half touchdowns, and not only did he throw those touchdowns, but he extended plays, and he did things. I'm talking about Cage Finch, the sophomore. He looked like a seasoned veteran quarterback, confident. And when you've got a guy like that coming in, and I know you've played a couple of different quarterbacks, but Coach, your team is bouncing back really nicely here in 2024 in spite of those seniors that graduated.
Yeah, we had a great group last year. That whole group of seniors that left, we miss them all still, but I believe this culture of Round Valley football was started back when I coached with Marcus Bell, and it's continued with this coaching staff, with Mike Alba, Robert Haas. I mean, the whole group, I don't want to name them all. There's a huge group. And then for this group of kids, Cage Finch is just a student of the game. I mean, he loves football. And so when we put him in, we were kind of back and forth, kind of seeing what we had. Both of these quarterbacks can play, but we saw Cage, and he's just a great athlete, and he is a great quarterback, and it's just he needed the chance to show everybody that he was, and he came out, and this was a great game for him. I was proud of him. I was proud of everything we did, exactly how we did it, especially on offense in the first half.
Well, we've mentioned three names here so far. Your quarterback, Cage Finch. We talked to our Sports Zone players of the game. We talked to Jeff Cochran and to Connor Luker. But there were other guys out there, and I'll mention one name that you can begin with. I'll talk about Brody Crick for a second. Just a sophomore, so fast. Yeah. And he was able to get into the end zone for you. But, Coach, there were some other names, and I know you want to make sure that guys get some acknowledgement.
Oh, yeah, there's plenty. I mean, our offensive line is one of the things, the groups that we have challenged since the beginning. 4 out of 5 are brand new starters. A couple of them haven't really played a whole lot of varsity football at all. And for them to come in, and every week they've been challenged by Coach Haas to just improve, and they've improved every week. I was proud of our offensive line. I mean, we got a great defense. I mean, Lane Hill played great, Kyle Clark. These guys, we just have a great group of kids that have bought into what we're doing, and I'm hoping we can keep this rolling. I know we got another tough one next week, so.
Coach Baca, you seem like you're having some fun, man.
Oh, we're having a ball. I love coaching these kids. I love coaching Round Valley. We got a great community. The kids are great, and they just love playing football.
I don't know that I've ever been around you guys when you weren't having fun.
Yeah.
So you guys know how to have fun there at Round Valley. And the other thing I'll just leave you on, the note I'll leave you on, Coach, is this: that hey, man, your broadcast work here and your interview skills and all this stuff, your willingness to chat it up after the game, all this, you're looking good, man.
I appreciate you guys. I really do. So everything you guys do covering the sports around here, I do appreciate it, and happy you guys are here and supporting all these kids. So
you're most welcome. But Coach, I mean, I can remember how hard it was to drag you in front of the camera and on the microphone.
I don't really like getting up here and talking a whole lot, but I appreciate you guys.
You do a tremendous job, Coach. Congratulations. What a win for you and the guys.
Thank you.
Go
I
enjoy
appreciate it.
You bet. There's head coach Brad Baca, and the Round Valley Elks have come up with an impressive win on the road at Sholo tonight. Boy, it all went their way, and it was that big. Coach Baca talked about wanting to get that big first half, and you know what? That's exactly what they did. They got a huge first half start. They came out of the gates on fire. They didn't score their first possession, but then they did, I think, on 4 straight possessions after that in the first half to get a 27-0 halftime lead, and they just went on from there. We're going to grab a timeout, and that'll give us a chance to just kind of collect ourselves a little bit, everybody. And when we return, and I'm going to try and grab this timeout by reaching. Can you hold on for a second, everybody? We'll grab this timeout here, and when we return, we'll look at one final look at the numbers here. We'll get you set for tomorrow's Friday Night Football show. 5 o'clock start to that, and then our game of the week tomorrow night from Blue Ridge High School. They take on the Safford Bulldogs. We'll have that for you, everybody. Do stand by. We'll continue our breakdown and wrap this game up for you from Show Low High School right after this. Stand by.
You know that excited feeling you get after you buy a car? You'll walk around it 5 or 6 times checking it out. You send selfies to your friends. You grab your family, friends, and coworkers the next day to see your new car purchase. Did you feel that happy when you were going in to buy it? Hatch Toyota's thinking is that you should be just as happy before you buy it as you are after. We start by not doing something. We do not have commissioned sales reps.
At Hatch Toyota, we believe in non-commissioned product specialists. They're salaried, so they have no reason to pressure you to do anything. They understand that a great customer experience will lead you to telling your friends and your family about your experience. So when you're approached on the lot or in the showroom, you don't have to panic. Their task is to help you find the best vehicle for your lifestyle and your budget. Hatch Toyota Product Specialists, keeping the White Mountains rolling for 31 years. Or shop online all the time at hatchtoyota.com.
When exactness is ordered, Hatch Concrete will deliver. We provide ready-mix concrete for any size job, from the do-it-yourself project to the professional construction project, delivering a variety of aggregate to suit your concrete or construction needs from granite to cinders. Hatch Concrete is not just another ready-mix concrete company. We provide quality surface, quality concrete, concrete pumping, and Fox blocks where quality is not just a name, but a tradition. At Hatch Concrete, this mud's for you.
Beeman Well Drilling is a proud partner of Sports Zone Radio and the Friday Night Football Show, and they give support to each and every school and team in the White Mountains. Just like Sports Zone Radio, Beeman Drilling has the kind of experience that makes them the best at what they do. Paul Wyatt is the guy to talk to, and he'll take your call anytime, day or night, 537-1031. Or better yet, call him right on his cell phone, 928-205-7647. This football season, go deep with Beeman Drilling.
Multiplier back-to-school savings with Naked Mobile's 3 for $35 deal. Buy 3 months of our $35 unlimited talk and text plan and get a Samsung Galaxy A13 free. Divide your stress, not your budget, with Naked Mobile. No contracts, no credit checks, just the best coverage on the Navajo Nation. Plus, it comes with a 10-gigabyte high-speed hotspot. Grab your free Samsung Galaxy A13 online or in-store while supplies last. Visit nakedmobile.com or your nearest Cellular One store today.
The gridiron is where teams come to battle and dominate. With over 5 decades of knowledge and expertise, manpower, and a whole lot of horsepower, Perkins Cinders is that all-star teammate you need to dominate your project. They deliver all things dirt, from gravel, cinders, topsoil mulch, concrete materials, and more. Want to score big? Use the one that will get you that win. Perkins Cinders is helping you get a load of this.
Well, congratulations to the Round Valley Elks. They get a win tonight at Sholo. 41-15 is our final tonight. I want to thank you for being with us, everybody. We take one final look through the numbers in this one on a 41-15 victory for Round Valley. The Elks, mentioned those numbers a moment ago. How about this? How about 422 yards of total?
You know that excited
25 minutes and 43 seconds time of possession for the Elks. They had 15 first downs as a team. They ran 59 total offensive plays, averaging 7.2 yards per gain per offensive play. They ran for 152 yards on the night, averaging 4.8 yards per carry. 1 rushing touchdown for Round Valley. They threw for 270 yards here in this one tonight. 4 touchdowns passed for, and 1 quarterback sack that they took on the evening. No interceptions thrown by Round Valley. They were penalized 12 times for 110 yards, and the vast majority of those penalties came in the second half. I think they only had 3 first-half penalties, if I'm not mistaken. A total of 110 yards of penalties that they will want to make sure that they clean up going on into the future. They never turned the ball over tonight. Didn't fumble. Did not throw any interceptions. So they were clean in terms of turnovers. Quarterback Cage Finch had quite a night tonight. 18 of 27 for 270 yards. Completed 2/3 of his passes, 66.7% of his passes. 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. Leading receiver tonight was Jeffrey Cochran, 3 catches for 104 yards and 2 touchdowns. And for his efforts, he picked up the Sports Zone's Player of the Game, co-player of the game, presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. Congratulations to Jeff Cochran. Also in the passing game, another of the leading receivers was Connor Luker. He shared the Player of the Game award with Cochran. Connor had 6 catches for 63 yards and a touchdown. J.J. Logan, 4 catches for 55 yards for Round Valley. Brody Crick, 5 receptions for 53 yards. One of those was a touchdown. And Brenton Walker caught 1 pass for 10 yards, running the football. Kyle Clark sliced and diced a little for 49 yards rushing on 10 carries. Brody Crick, 10 rushes for 47 yards. Connor Luker, one run in the game for 37 yards. That was a touchdown right there at the end of the game. Cage Finch carried the ball 8 times for 15 yards. And Jose Leon had 3 rushes for 4 yards today for Round Valley on offense. The Show Low Cougars, their total offense number was 225 yards for Sholo, 10 first downs. Time of possession for the Cougars, 22 minutes and 17 seconds. They actually had nearly as many offensive plays as Round Valley did. I think Round Valley had 59, if I'm not mistaken. I mentioned that a moment ago. 57 total offensive plays for the Show Low Cougars. They averaged about half of what Round Valley did. Sholo averaged 3.9 yards per offensive play. They rushed for 152 on 40 rushes, averaging 3.8 yards per carry on the ground and 2 rushing touchdowns. 73 yards passing today for Sholo on offense, averaging 10.4 yards per completed pass. Today they were sacked 1 time, but intercepted 4 times. Round Valley's defense rose to the occasion in those 4 takeaways. Sholo never fumbled the ball, but they did have the 4 turnovers on the interceptions. Sholo was penalized 4 times total in the game for 35 yards. Quarterback Cash Perkins completed 7 of 17 passes for 73 yards today. It did throw the 4 interceptions. They'll have to work on that, get that squared away. Cameron Hernandez was the leading receiver. Boy, he made a nice diving catch on one of those plays in the second half. But Cameron caught 4 passes for 48 yards. Lysander Perez, 2 catches for 33 yards. Jet Walker, he caught 1 pass, but he lost 8 yards on that catch. Jet Walker did lead the game, lead the rushing, both teams. And he certainly produced a lot on the ground for Sholo. 19 tough carries for 83 yards today for Jet Walker. He scored 2 touchdowns. Team's only 2 touchdowns today. Cash Perkins, 9 rushes for 33 yards in this one. Dax Lamson carried it 6 times for 21 yards. Aiden Neese, 4 rushes for 9 yards. Lysander Perez had 1 carry for 4 yards. And Alex Anderson, 1 rush for 2 yards today for the Show Low Cougars. And that covers all of their offensive numbers in this one tonight. I want to mention Mason Luchtel. Mason Luchtel had a great night tonight for the Show Low Cougars on defense, called his name a number of times. Also want to give a little shout-out to Cooper Peck, the transfer in from Thatcher, playing for Show Low this season. He blocked a kick, set his team up for one of their touchdowns they scored tonight. Blocked a punt, and he also followed that up with a pretty good defensive play a little bit later on for the team. For the Show Low Cougars, you see Dane Rusma there giving chase. Brody Crick's touchdown run from Round Valley, but Dane Rusma, his name was called out a lot tonight. He showed up, and he gave his all for his team tonight. Cash Perkins, a heroic effort at quarterback for the Show Low Cougars, but all in all, it just wasn't enough tonight. Show Low just did not have enough, and Round Valley came out and played a well-executed game plan on offense, played tough on defense, and they end up with a 41-15 victory over the Show Low Cougars as both teams open up 3A East region play. And now that puts Round Valley in the driver's seat in the 3A East. The Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets are undefeated on the season, 5-0. We'll see them tomorrow night against Safford. That is not a region game, but all eyes are going to be on this big battle between Round Valley and Blue Ridge. By the way, they play each other in the final game of the regular season at the Dome, and I believe that games are going to start to be played at the Dome beginning here real soon. I think they have completed most of the work they need to do to get the Dome serviceable. So hopefully we get toward the end of the year. I know we'll be covering that Blue Ridge Round Valley game, and we certainly hope it's in the Dome. At that late stretch of, November 1st, I think, is when that game is going to be scheduled. But all of that being said, keep your eye on the Payson Longhorns. Payson right now is 4-1, and they are 1-0 in the region. A big, big victory. By that I mean a wide margin of victory over Fountain Hills when they opened up region play on September 20th against the Falcons. A 49-0 win for Payson over the Falcons. And I'm just telling, tomorrow night they're going to take on Chino Valley. So a freedom game tomorrow night for Payson. But Payson is 5-1 right now, everybody, 5-1. And guess what? Everybody's going to be looking out next Friday. Payson is going to host Round Valley. That is going to be one massive battle. And then the following week, Payson will host Blue Ridge. So if there's any consolation for Payson as they get ready for maybe the 2 toughest region games they're going to have on their schedule coming up in the next 2 weeks, they get to play them both at home. And by the way, Valley Christian gets sprinkled in there for Payson on their schedule on October 25th. But I mentioned Payson because everybody you got to watch out for them. They are playing some good football, and I mentioned 4-1 the overall record right now for the Payson Longhorns, and they, along with Round Valley, are at the top of the 3A East region standings right now, although it is way, way early to proclaim that to be all that significant. Congratulations to Round Valley tonight. They do get their first region victory. They knock off Sholo 41-15. Don't forget tomorrow the Friday Night Football show at 5 o'clock on Mix 98, 98.5 FM. If you want to listen to that online, you can. You can listen to it on your mobile device or on your computer by going to our website, 985krfm.com. That's 985krfm.com. There's a listen live link, and you can listen to the Friday Night Football show. If you can't listen to it on your FM radio tomorrow at 5 o'clock, listen online, catch it there on the KRFM website, everybody. We'll follow that with our live video stream coverage of the Sports Zone Game of the Week tomorrow night. Blue Ridge hosting Safford, kicks off at 7 o'clock, so a lot of coverage for you. And then we follow that up with the Ace Hardware Scoreboard Show, the show the coaches call the Scores and Highlights Show, and we'll do that from Blue Ridge live after the game tomorrow night. Lots of fun football action for you, as only the Sports Zone can put it together. And it's all presented to you by Hatch Toyota. So thank you to Hatch Toyota. Thank you to our sponsoring partners that make it all possible, everybody. We'll see you again tomorrow afternoon at 5 o'clock. Don't forget tomorrow morning, the Good Morning Show, the Hatch Toyota Good Morning Show. So a long, long day begins for me with the Good Morning Show at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning on Mix 98. We invite you along to check that out. Look for your chance tomorrow night to win Arizona Cardinals tickets for this weekend. They take on the Washington Commanders on Sunday. We got a four-pack of great tickets to watch the Arizona Cardinals. If you want to win those, make sure you're tuned into the Friday Night Football show and our broadcast of the Game of the Week tomorrow night from Blue Ridge, and your chance to go watch the Cardinals on Sunday. I think that covers it. Thank you to our great team that make it possible, our great production team led by our producer, Derek Simmons, and both our producer and operating that great camera on the field, getting those great looks for you. Thank you to our technical director, that's Big Joe Mama, Joe Matthews, getting that work done tonight. Wonderful job tonight, Joe, on that. Working camera, our game cam operator, that's Big Sean Ulvestad, and the great job that he did for us tonight as well. With his look, our statistician, the lovely Sonia Simmons. And I also want to say thank you to head coach Dan Jones of Thatcher, who sat in a bit and got us caught up on what Thatcher is doing, but more importantly, regaling us with all of his knowledge of White Mountains football. Remember, he played at Blue Ridge way back in the day. He played at Blue Ridge High School, now coaches the Thatcher Eagles. Thank you, Coach Jones, for spending a few moments with us. For the entire crew, my name is Floyd Simmons, thanking you for joining us and reminding you of the final score tonight. Round Valley has defeated Sholo on a Thursday night edition of the Sports Zone Game of the Week. It's all presented by Hatch Toyota. Until next time, until tomorrow night, until tomorrow afternoon at 5 o'clock, Floyd Simmons saying thank you for being with us. God bless you, and good night, everybody, from Sholo High School.